Bada beam, bada boom. What is going on? Please let me know if you can hear me well. Whoever is here, but one person that is here, whoever you are, let's see. So today, big live. Let's do a little bit of this. How come the notification didn't come out yet? Where's the notification on YouTube? Come on, YouTube. Why aren't you doing your job, YouTube? Do your damn job, YouTube. How come the notification didn't come out? Let me do a little bit of this first. Ale, 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 Milan, ale, forza lotta, vincerai, non ti lasceremo mai. Ale, 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 Milan, ale, forza lotta, vincerai, non ti lasceremo mai. Ale. All right, guys. So we have Romano, Davide Romano, Forza Italia. Forza Italia. It's Skillert. It's coming to Rome. What's up, Skillert? It came to Rome. Wow. What a weekend, guys. What a weekend. What a great year for Milan and Italy, huh? At least for me that supports both. You got to say, man, this year was beautiful. At least, I don't know. Some of you might not support Italy because you're not Italian or whatever. Some of you do because you support the Serie A and Milan. But you got Italy winning the Euro Cup. Milan finally back in the Champions League. You couldn't have asked for a better year as far as football goes. Now, let's see what next year brings, guys, because that's going to be very big too. Next year is going to be very big too. It's going to be Milan back in Europe. Speaking of Europe, we got a big game coming up August 8th against Real Madrid. We're going to be kicking some ass. Hey, guys, let me know if is the sound all right? Do you hear everything good? Let me know. But I'm looking forward to, we got a nice game against Nice, the French team coming up. We got a game against Real Madrid coming up. So it's going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. We got Giroud going to be official on Thursday. Wow, Giroud, huh? You know? Barcelona got Memphis Depay. Freaking PSG got everybody. Jupiter, Athena. We got Giroud. All right, guys, I'll be honest. I don't like Giroud, okay? I don't like him. All right? I don't like him. That's the truth. I don't like the guy. I don't like this purchase. I don't like it. You know, whatever. We got Giroud. Great. Now what? I mean, I guess he's a bootleg version of bootlegs. I mean, does Giroud really excite any of you guys? I don't know. Does he? Or am I being a little bit too negative? To me, Giroud, he doesn't excite me. Okay. I mean, he's going to be he's going to be on the bench. We can't expect Giroud to be a decisive player in the Serie A. I mean, that's a little bit far-fetched to think that. He's a Band-Aid. He's a Band-Aid kind of player. He's a player that we will need because we know Ibrahimovic is going to be injured a lot of the time. I mean, you know, I said this before. We can't if Ibrahimovic was injured most of the season last year, well, you can't expect that to change this year. He's probably going to get injured again. I mean, the guy, it's all wear and tear, but his body is slowly degrading. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, Skillert says, well, Giroud is better than Mandzukic. I mean, yes. Okay, fine. He's better than Mandzukic. I mean, he's better than Mandzukic in the fact that Giroud is not going to be injured all the time, you would hope. Milanello, for some reason, does have this issue or has had this issue with injuries and all that good stuff. But it is what it is. It is going to be official. The Giroud thing is pretty much a done deal. He will be wearing a red and black shirt. Every time he's going to score, I'm going to celebrate like a madman. So hey, all good, all good, all good. We accept all of our new Milanisti with open arms, and I hope the Milan universe will turn him into the superstar that he can be once he listens to the roar of the San Siro. Hopefully, a non-empty San Siro. Uh, he will hear and feel the roar of the San Siro when he scores that first goal under the Curva Sud, and that will transform him. Will transform him into it'll transform his DNA right into a Milan player. So we wish him the best. We will be behind him. We will always cheer for our Milanisti no matter what. Speaking of other Milanisti that are most likely coming, looks like Traore from Monaco, I believe, is going to be the deputy for Theo Hernandez. Player, I have. If you know this player, congratulations, because you might be the only person in the world that knows who this player is. I have no idea who this player is, but I'm sure if Maldini and co think he's the right guy, so be it. They've chosen the right guy. But we are still missing our attacking midfielder. De Paul right now, guys, De Paul had an excellent tournament in Copa America. One of the best players of the Copa America. In the final, he demolished. He was a great player. But De Paul is official Atletico Madrid player, so he's out of the picture for good. So Milan's still looking for a number 10. Still talking about another striker, possibly a younger striker to accompany with Ibra Giroud. Belotti has been on the news. There has been a report saying that Massara is officially looking for Belotti. Now, if that is true, I'm very happy about that because, guys, I promise you guys, I fucking promise you, if Belotti puts on this beautiful shirt on, if he puts on this beautiful shirt, this guy will transform. All we need all we need from Belotti is this, right? Where is it? Right here. Doo-doo. Doo-doo, 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 because he's got that. He's a fighter. And all we need from him is that heart. He comes, he trains with Milan. He understands the technical process at Milan. He figures out how to play our football, and that guy is going to kill it. Antonio Belotti is terrible. No, he is not. Absolutely not. Friendly match, Milan versus Real Madrid. Yes, that is going to be our first taste of Europe, guys. Friendly match. You guys can say that all you want. You can agree that he sucks, blah, blah, blah. And that it's all noise. It's all chirping. You guys are just chirping. Belotti is a champion, and all he needs is to play in a big team. Because when you go in a big team, your philosophy changes. Your technique changes. Your way of seeing the game changes. You learn new things. All this guy needs is for that push, that extra push. So if he does come to Milan, excellent. Ibra, Giroud, Belotti, that is a super offense. Then, we got to take... Did you watch for years whenever he came in? No, that is so not true. That is so not true. Belotti's hold-up play was pretty good, actually. It was actually really good. Antonio, are you sure you were watching the games correctly? I don't think you were watching the games correctly. Belotti's hold-up play was actually really good. Even in the game where he didn't look so well, I analyzed that game. I watched the games again. I watched those games multiple times. I didn't just watch them. There's no point in debating me, Antonio. You're 100% wrong. You're just wrong. You're just wrong about it. You're just wrong about it. He's an excellent player. His hold-up play was great. His finishing, his shooting was pretty lame, okay? But his hold-up play was amazing. Open lines, yeah, we might open the lines today. We will probably do that. But Belotti is a super player, guys. Super player. He's got the heart. He's got the heart of a lion. That's what we want. We want this. Do 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 do. That's what he's got, and that's the thing, guys. You have to understand that when you play for Torino, you play for these low-level clubs. He did not impress me. Okay, fine. Did Giroud impress you, Antonio? Did Giroud impress you in this Euros? Did Giroud impress you how well he was sitting on the bench? Huh? Was that impressive how well he was sitting on the bench? Come on, my man. Let's get for real. Let's get for real. We don't need to spend 30 million on hold-up player. Oh yes, we do. Because that is the whole game plan of AC Milan. We need a striker that can hold up the play, because that's how a 4-2-3-1 works, Mr. Skillard. That's how it works. A 4-2-3-1 depends on a hold-up center forward. He didn't play much, but can you blame him for that? Yeah, because he's not good enough. That's why. Oh, look at this, guys. We have Mr. Laert.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me? How's it going, Roy? All good?
Laert, there's something wrong with your audio. Hey, Laert, your audio is all messed up, man. Let me.
What about now?
Now it's perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, my man? What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very good. We're just talking about Giroud, Belotti, and Antonio says Belotti sucks. Everybody says Belotti sucks. I say he is the what we need. So that's where we are right now. But Giroud is official, Laird, and I'm telling you right now, I am not excited at all. I have been more excited about popping my pimples on my face than seeing Giroud in an AC Milan shirt. But I will cheer for him when he scores his first goals, and I'm sure that when they train at Milanello, they get to learn how to play our system. They figure it out, then they become great. That's why I think Belotti is a no problem.
No, I like Giroud. I think he's gonna do well with us. I don't think Giroud is the main problem for us to perform. So, hey, Skillard, how's it going, man? I think the main concern for me is the number 10. I'm happy Tonali is our player now, and Giroud is confirmed. So probably this week or the next week we are going for Brahim Diaz and Dalot. So yeah, it looks things are going, man. Slowly. What are the rumors anyway? Have you seen the game, no?
What's that?
You saw the game, the final.
Yes. I want to talk about the final, but before going to that final, I want to say something about Dalot. Dalot has, they are really convinced about Dalot. They want to keep Dalot. Like, this player has definitely had an impact for Pioli, Maldini. They think this player is going to become something special. So I'm quite happy for that. I think he was really good, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward for that to work out. Do you hear like a high pitched tone?
What do you mean?
I'm hearing like a high pitched tone.
No.
Anyway, so I'm quite excited about Dalot being back at AC Milan. I hope they get it, because I think Calabria, Dalot, that we're good. We're good there. We're good for a good 10 years if we can get those two players. What is up, Eastbourne?
Oh, Eastbourne. Everyone is here, man. It's been a long. We did last time we did a live together. You know, it's been like almost a week, 10 days, something like that.
Yeah, I know.
How was
busy lives?
What do you feel? How you feel for AC Milan next season? Are you positive?
Well, look, I have some negative things I feel a lot, very negative, very, very negative. But I still think AC Milan will make it all the way to the semifinals of the Champions League, and I still think that we will finish top four. But I'm very negative about certain things regarding AC Milan. For example, we lost the Messi of goalkeepers. I freaking said it. You guys were telling me, yo, Messi at 22, he already won this and that and whatnot. At 22, Donnarumma was player of the tournament of the Euros and won the Euros as player of the tournament, something that took Messi 20 years to do. Thank you. Thank you. I was right. You guys were wrong.
Well,
they should have spent. You know what? The only thing that I say you're right about is I don't want to give Raiola 20 million. But 12 million, Donnarumma, he will pay right now for what he's achieving. It pays for itself.
Nah, man, still is not worth it for me. I'm not excited about Donnarumma. It's gone. Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper, and he's gonna have a great career, but not excited, to be honest. I just feel we did the right thing.
Guys,
paying him so much money is not worth it.
Listen, Laird, Magnan is like Donnarumma's freaking toenail. Okay, that's the difference. With Messi, Scamacca. That's the difference.
I don't think it's like this. Before Italy went to the penalty, Donnarumma did a mistake when England crossed the ball in the box.
Laird, he didn't do a mistake. He that's not. How did he do a mistake?
Well, he misjudged when he came out to get the ball.
But he touched the ball. The ball deflected away from everybody.
No, he didn't touch it at all.
Yes, he did.
Well, I can show you the thing when he goes to the feet of the.
Please do it, because I've analyzed every single moment of his tournament of every player.
Well, I can show it to you. I remember exactly the mistake he did.
Please do it. Please do it.
Let me see if I can.
He touched it. He touched it and deflected away, and he saved a goal. That was what? Well, against I don't think no guys. England had only one shot on goal, by the way. Against Spain, he saved a goal that was incredible save. Against Belgium, supposedly the best midfielder in the world didn't score on him. Lukaku, man, Donnarumma is a beast. I'm gonna say it right now. He is the Messi of goalkeepers.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not excited. I'll be honest. I can check for you. So
no, I'm 500% sure that he touched it. He deflected the ball away. Actually, that was a great play you did. That was a great play. Where Donnarumma did his mistakes was maybe. Cos'è questo? Ma tu senti sto fischio?
No.
I'm hearing this high-pitched tone. I don't know if it's just me or if everybody's hearing it.
I don't know. Let's.
Okay, so the comment says he did touch it. Mohammed says he did touch it. I saw he touched it. Jen Seal says he touched it, Laird. He was the reason the ball was deflected away.
Well, man, okay.
Lucas says no need to check. He touched the ball.
Okay, I'm not checking.
I hear it.
I'm not checking, but that's not the way to touch the ball, man. To clear the ball in the box.
He deflected the ball away from everybody. That went
no, it didn't go away, man. It stays in the box.
No, he deflected to the side, and then they kicked it out.
No, it didn't.
Come on, Laird. I analyzed that situation a million times.
Roy, it didn't go on the side, man. If you want to say that was a perfect exit,
all right, okay, check the highlight. Let's do it right now. Check the highlight and let's see where the ball went.
Let's see. I'll do it right now.
Lucas agrees with me when I say that Donnarumma is the Messi of all goalkeepers, and we did a big mistake.
No, man, it's.
If Lucas agrees with me, then it's true.
Well, Lucas says a lot of things that are not true. So here we go. Let's see. Here we go.
Share it on the screen. Maybe wait.
No, it's just 15 seconds. I can share it.
Man, look at this guy. here. What are you saying? Donnarumma is bad in the air. If you watch the games, he misses with ball.
It did a similar mistake against Spain as well.
What are you guys talking about? Against Spain, he saved a shot from literally 5 yards away.
Can you see it?
You got to share it.
Oh, it doesn't let me share it. Now, yes.
Okay, look at where the ball goes, huh? Look at how he deflects the ball.
Let's see if I can move it slowly, but I don't know if I can do that.
Boom.
See?
Look, you see, it deflects it away from everybody. There's nobody there. He deflects it right in where it has to go.
Look, he stays there, man. He's in the box.
Look at where the ball goes, right in the corner. That's what you teach your goalkeepers to do.
Man, it doesn't go in the corner because he deflects it. It goes in the corner because no one from England is taking it.
Because Roy is crying. I'm not crying. Guys, listen. If Barcelona would have sold Messi at 22 years old, Barcelona we'd be criticizing Barcelona. Listen, I hope Donnarumma is going to come back to Milan. Okay, he's going to come back.
He's not, man. I don't care if he comes back. It's not the same thing like Messi.
The player of the tournament, Laird. Player of the tournament. Now, hold on. Are you telling me that because Donnarumma won player of the tournament, now being player of the tournament means nothing?
No, I'm just telling you that we, as AC Milan, we don't play tournament. We play leagues. We play 38 games.
Champions League? What about the Champions League?
Well, Champions League as well. You need to go every game on penalty kick to win it. We're not going to do that. So that's the thing.
Oh, but penalties, no, come on, mamma mia.
He's a thing.
Mamma mia.
But it's not everything. It's not everything. So basically, you are saying that Donnarumma is going to win the Champions League next season.
He is going to win a few Champions League before the end of his career, yeah, for sure.
Well, let's see. If he doesn't win it, what are you gonna say? He's not gonna be good. He's still gonna be good. So it's not so relevant like a Messi who does 90 goals in a season. Messi did a 90 goal in a season.
Okay, Messi didn't. Well, okay, Messi. Listen, Donnarumma is a Messi goalkeeper. Period.
Okay, so if you think that a goalkeeper like Donnarumma the value is like having a guy that scores 45 goals in a season, 50 goals in a season, I cannot convince you that, because we are talking about something that is not possible to measure. But in my opinion, it's not like this.
Let me tell you, the goalkeeping is not just saving the ball. Goalkeeping is more than that. Is giving your defenders is giving you the whole team confidence. Goalkeeping is there's a lot of psychological impact when a goalkeeper, depending on who the goalkeeper is.
Okay.
The way he organizes the defense, the way he calms down the defense. Donnarumma
is the only goalkeeper that does that?
No, but he's the best.
No, there is a lot of goalkeepers that do that. They keep the defense calm. They organize the defense. They're actually good at cleaning the box. There is a lot of goalkeepers that do those things. They are basic things. And if Magnan does the same things, what says about Donnarumma? If Magnan is good like Donnarumma, the defense is calm, he saves goals, he even saves penalty kicks. What are we going to say? That Magnan is the Messi of goalkeepers? No, he's a good goalkeeper, and that's it.
Let me ask you something. Today, July 13, 2021, who's the best goalkeeper in the world today?
I don't know, man. Neuer?
Who just won player of the tournament of Euros 2020?
But I don't care about personal achievement, man. Italy played so well with Manuel Neuer as a goalkeeper. Probably they could have go to the final as well. At the end, missing penalties. Yeah, Donnarumma is good because he knows where to.
It wasn't just penalties, Laird.
Huh?
It wasn't just penalties.
But we've seen a lot of goalkeepers do a great tournament and not win player of the tournament. Maybe the number 10 of that team that won the tournament wins the player of the tournament. It's not like, I'm not saying that is the level of Pickford. I'm saying he's way better than Pickford, but he's not so good that actually outplay Neuer, outplay Courtois, or outplay any other goalkeeper.
Courtois, man. We fucking destroyed Courtois. We made Courtois look like a little child. Instead, Donnarumma made De Bruyne look like a little child. He made Lukaku look like a little child. Listen, guys, it comes down to this. I agree with all of you guys that paying Raiola 20 million is not worth it. I agree with that. That's where we agree. But you are not paying his salary. I'm not paying his salary. Who gives a shit if he wants 12 million?
Well, I don't want AC Milan to end up like Inter, man. Seriously, for a goalkeeper, it's not so relevant. I'm not saying it because he left. We can sell him for 50 million, and I'm still gonna be, fine. We can find another goalkeeper, or he can be and leave for free, and then still I'm like, well, fine. We're gonna find another goalkeeper. If a player like Kaká leaves for free, that is madness. It's impossible to substitute. Even for 20, even if you put the same amount of money, it's gonna come a guy that you don't know is going to perform in that way. That's what I'm saying. It's not a big deal. You can survive. You can have a great season. You can actually even win something without Donnarumma. But if you keep Donnarumma on the squad and your salary wages goes double, can you survive to the financial situation right now?
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that.
That's the thing.
I'm not going to argue that. Look, guys. I am, even though Donnarumma is gone for now, I'll say for now, I do not think that has a big impact on Milan as far as where they can go and where they can be, and as far as. But I just feel like, hey, we had the best goalkeeper in the next 10 years, the best goalkeeper in the world is hands down going to be Gigio Donnarumma. We had him. I'm upset we lost him. I'm going to cry about it. So what?
No, you have all the right to cry about it, because at the end, all of us are attached differently to players, and we see football in a different way. I just want to say my opinion, and my opinion is Donnarumma he didn't want to stay. We lost him. Are you telling me if Donnarumma re-signed, the mess was made when Donnarumma was 17 or 18? A proper management will give him a $1.5 million contract. So when it comes now to renewal, Maldini gives him 6 million, and we keep Donnarumma. I understand that is true. It's better to give him 6 million and to keep him. When it comes to he's asking 12 millions, I'm like, or even 8, 9, whatever is that money. It starts to get a lot. It starts to get a lot.
I disagree there.
I think SC is a bigger player than him.
Did you see all the AC Milan players' Instagram after the Euros? And we're going to talk about the Euro final in just a second. All of them. Gigio, sei il numero uno. You're the best goalkeeper in the world. All of them. Romagnoli, Kessi, Theo, Samu, Leao, Maldini, Calabria, all of them. Gigio, you are the best in the world. Everybody right now thinks he's the best in the world. Anyway, Laird, he's gone. Water under the bridge.
No, I wanna say something about. I was talking yesterday. I was chatting with Anwar, and he was reading an article from the Equipe that was saying L'Equipe, the Paris, the journal, the sport journal from France. And he was saying that Donnarumma refused to go on loan to Roma. So basically, Paris Saint-Germain is not going to start this season. That's what is the plan at the moment. And I was telling him that if he doesn't start next season, and if he doesn't find a place to go on loan that he likes to go, probably they're gonna fire Pochettino, because Pochettino is really friendly with Navas. They're really friendly with Navas, so he's gonna play Navas instead of Donnarumma. And if Navas makes a big mistake, Donnarumma is gonna play for sure, because even if you're a friend, you cannot. So I feel like if Pochettino is not doing well and Donnarumma is not playing next season, he's gonna get fired, and Conte is gonna go and be the manager of PSG. But the way things are at the moment, on the Navas is first, Donnarumma is second. What they're saying.
Let's place a bet today, right here. You want to place a bet?
What is the bet?
That Gigio in the first week of training will take Navas' spot. First week of training. That's why Gigio Roma is like, I don't need to go to Roma. I'm better than Navas. I will take a spot. All he has to do is one training and we'll take his spot.
Okay, he takes the spot of Navas. Let's assume that he has the quality to do that. I don't think Navas is better than him. Let's say he takes the spot of Navas. What happens if he does a mistake?
All goalkeepers do mistakes.
Yeah, I understand. All goalkeepers do mistakes, and when the second goalkeeper is so bad, it's not good enough to replace you, you still have a second chance, and you keep playing. But PSG, you do a mistake and you lose, I don't know, a Champions League game, let's say, a group Champions League game. What happens? He's gonna keep playing, or he's gonna be like sent to the bench?
That's not gonna happen. He's not going to make mistakes in the big game. He's going to make mistakes against the small teams. In the big games, he's not going to make mistakes.
Let's see. I'm not sure about Donnarumma.
All right. Okay. We can leave it at there for today, and let's see what the future brings.
We're gonna talk in the future about his career.
Yes. Vic D says, "Hey Roy, hey Laert. Sports Italia is reporting PSG is still interested in Theo Hernandez. Maldini has set asking price for 80 million. What are your thoughts, guys? I hope Theo Hernandez does not leave. Fuck. I mean, he's one of the reasons why I think Milan is going to make the semifinals is because we have Theo Hernandez. What do you think?
80 million? Yeah, they can get it. It's yours. You can have it. If Theo Hernandez wants to go and PSG is offering 80 millions, I think it's a good deal for us because clearly doesn't want to stay. You cannot force someone to stay.
Wait, hold on. But in this case, it's not the decision of the player; it's the decision of the club. Theo Hernandez has a contract. It doesn't matter if he wants to stay or not. And actually,
but he knows.
Sorry,
he knows we're not gonna give him more than 6 million contract, and PSG is gonna offer him 8 or 9. So we accept that in the future, or he just goes now and we make 80 million.
Nah, I think we should keep him. Look, we cannot become a club that sells all our best players. This is not how Milan made its history. Milan's history was made because the club was, we keep our best players. That is our trademark is keeping our best players. Who do we get for 80 million, Larry?
No, the question is, if we don't sell him and he leaves in 2 years for free, people shouldn't be upset with Maldini because people now are saying we shouldn't sell him. The same thing they were saying about Donnarumma. We shouldn't sell Donnarumma, and now people are upset because Donnarumma left for free. So that's what I'm saying. If the offer comes, is a real offer, 80 million, sell him because we're not gonna give him 9 million a year. No chance we're gonna give a fullback 9 million a year. That's not a type of club we are. Liverpool doesn't do that. Manchester United doesn't do that. Chelsea doesn't do that. The fullback that gets 9 million, just PSG does that. That gives to a fullback 9 million a year. So they can take it. Just pay 80 million.
Well, okay.
So that's the reality of football.
So in this case, going back to the idea of a Super League, we got to do it because PSG is acting as if they are already in the Super League, and all the other teams are left with the scraps. While PSG buys all the best players in the world, gives bench players 20 million, and here we are crying because we don't have good players anymore.
I'm not crying.
I'm not saying you're crying, but we will be crying.
I'm not crying because PSG is gonna lose for free Mbappe. Mbappe is not renewing. So we lost Donnarumma for free. They're going to lose Mbappe for free. And that is a real loss. It's not like losing Donnarumma. That's a real loss. Because it's 150 million value or maybe more, whatever they say. It brings a lot of, commercial assets and stuff like that. So that is a loss. And PSG is going to lose that. And even if we go to Super League, PSG is going to offer 20 million contract to Theo Hernandez. and we're gonna offer 9 to Theo Hernandez. So PSG is always gonna offer double, and they're gonna take our player. It's how things are. If they offer 80 million, just get the money, put a good left back over there, put a Spinazzola, I don't know, or another, or Edison Palmieri, buy it for 20 million, put it on the left, and move on, and buy a good striker, or a good left wing, or a right wing. Build the team in a different way, but you cannot say, "Oh no, I'm not taking 80 million for PSG, and actually I'm gonna give 9 million to Theo Hernandez." You cannot do that. We are not in that position.
Milan right now, okay, this is what I think right now. We can't afford to lose any more players. Keep him, use him for his next 2 years. And then if he wants to go for free, let him go for free. But right now, we need big players because we need to make it big in the Champions League. We cannot go in the Champions League with Edison Palmieri. We need big players right now, and we have to keep him. Right now, the contract is ours, so he's not going anywhere. If he wants to leave, he's not going to leave. He already said, he has come out and said with his voice that if Milan wants to sell me, I'll go. But if Milan doesn't want to sell me, I'm happy to stay, and I will fight for the club. It comes down to that. I say we keep him. We see what happens in the next 2 years. If Milan does well in the Champions League, then the everything changes. If Milan does shit for these next 2 years, then he'll probably leave. But if Milan does well, he'll probably keep on staying. That's what I think you should do for him for now.
First of all, Luca, how do you know he doesn't want 8 million? Because Lucas is saying he never said that. Of course, he's never gonna say that, but his agent knows has this information. And like, I don't want to happen again like Donnarumma, that people are saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna sign at the end of the year," and at the end they leave for free and they sign a 10 million contract with PSG. So I'd rather sell now because I still believe that the club is more important than the player. Theo Hernandez is not Messi. Donnarumma is not Maradona. So you sell them and you build a team around without money. It's simple as that. Theo Hernandez is saying, I don't want to leave. If AC Milan sells me, fine. But he needs to understand that when he renews a contract with AC Milan, even if we win the Champions League next season, he's not getting more than 6 million. So he needs to like that. If he likes that, he can stay. I'm happy to keep him and not sell it for 80 million. That's simple as that.
Yeah. Okay. So the reports that came out maybe like a few weeks ago were that he was happy with the contract PSG offered him, but he said that it's up to the club. So we will see. I personally don't think that Theo Hernandez will go right now, but we will see. These reports about Theo Hernandez, first of all, I want to say this, and I think you can say this too, Larry. I anticipated these kind of reports, especially coming from PSG.
Yeah.
Because Leonardo knows Milan. He knows who breakout players are. So we kind of all anticipated that PSG was going to come after Kessie, come after Theo Hernandez, come after Milan. We kind of anticipated. But okay, let's see. Vlasic, what do you think of Vlasic, Larry?
He's the guy from Fiorentina. Sorry, I'm confused.
No, Vlasic, I think he plays in Russia or something.
No, I don't like him. I think the reports they're writing is all bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not even that familiar with him, to be honest with you. So I can't even say much about him. But I did read some reports that talking about reports, I read one report saying that Milan is close to closing the deal on Vlasic. Then I read another report saying that the economic difference is too much. This is not going to happen. So the journalists need to get their shit straight. Literally, one is reporting black, the other one is reporting white. It's just I don't know there's really nothing you can really say about the reports that are coming out. We have all learned that all media reports, according to the transfer market, they're all 90% just speculation, bullshit. So he was the best player in the Russian league. Okay.
Good for him.
Hey, Roy, reports out of Russia are saying Vlasic did not show up for training. And reports in Spain also said that, what's his name? Isco did not show up for training either.
Yeah, and the guy from the Luis Alberto Lazio midfielder, he didn't show up for training. And they say there probably going to be an exchange between him and Romagnoli. So I like that exchange. Romagnoli goes to Lazio, we get a Luis Alberto.
Yeah, I don't mind that exchange either. He started following Milan in social media. Okay.
Luis Alberto?
No, Vlasic.
Oh.
Hey, do you want to do something? Do you want to share a little bit of highlights of this player? Possibly not like just like a top 10 goals or something.
Do that. We can lose the live.
As long as it's not like if it's just like from any kind of random YouTube channel, it'll be fine. But if it's from like the league or from a whatever, I want to let's see what this player is all about.
Because last time I did it with Dominic Camelud, and it was a random channel. It wasn't the official channel, and we got problem.
Okay, all right.
But I can see if I can find something dodgy.
Yeah, if it's like a compilation made by some bootleg kind of compilation, I think it should be fine. He was decent in the Euros for Croatia. Well, decent, guys.
This is the thing. Decent. What does it mean, decent?
Yeah, we don't like decent.
No. That's the way to keep players. That's the way to convince Theo Hernandez to stay, is to buy great players, not to buy decent players. To buy big names, to buy people that actually have a history. It's not gonna Vlasic gonna convince Theo Hernandez not to go to PSG. That's the thing. Because he's thinking, okay, AC Milan is not going in the direction I'm going with my career. We need to go in the same direction Kessie, Theo Hernandez, and all the other players are going. They are going in the direction to win something.
I campioni d'Europa siamo noi. I campioni dell'Europa siamo noi. Carlo, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Bring Kaká back, says Sabitzer. Sabitzer is a player that is also hot on the market.
So you wanna? It's 8 minutes. We can watch like
no, just a few minutes. No, we don't need to watch the whole thing. Mute it, please. Mute it. Oh, tira gira. Okay, it doesn't look like anything special. It looks like kind of Insigne right there. Mamma mia, che golazo! That's a Insigne kind of goal.
He's a good player, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't know if he's going to perform in Serie A. That's another question. I don't know even what is the level of the Russian league.
Yeah, I mean it's not that high. It's kind of middle, middle ranked.
Is it better than the Dutch league? Is it better than the?
Oh, no way. No way. Wait, tira gir. This guy scores like Insigne.
And the report are saying 25 million. I mean, that's crazy.
Nice volley. Well, okay, man. Yeah, well, that's good.
He's good. He's just the level, man. Look at
the stadium.
There's no stadium around. The goalkeeper. I mean, forget about it. You can get him for 10 million, and he can perform insanely in Serie A, because at the end the quality is there. I'm not saying that it's not a good player. If you know how to play football, you're gonna play well anywhere. But I don't want him to end up like Krunic. You wanna have another Krunic in the field?
You know what? You're. I think you're kind of right about this, but you don't know. It's a gamble with these players, like Shevchenko, right? Like, you didn't know. I mean, okay, he had a great games in Europe. You know, the famous game against Barcelona, I think it was. But these players that play in these leagues, you bring them to Serie A. Some of them excel, some of them get lost. It really is a gamble at the end of the day. We didn't stop being so salty about Gigio. We lost the best keeper for bad management. Okay. Highlights are so misleading. Paquetá has a good Rio.
Yeah.
Okay, but those goals he scored were sick, though. Come on, guys. Let's not act like one of those EPL merchants that just hate on the league. The guy clearly has talent. Insigne would be a sick transfer. He has not renewed his contract, so who knows what's going to happen with that. All right, Lart. Oh, okay, yes, I did read this. And this is what kind of made me think that it could be real. The reports are saying he is coming with an option to buy, so it's not a gamble. That kind of made me think this could be real. Lart, should we talk about the Euros a little bit?
You want to talk about the final? Because
yeah, let's talk about the final.
We talk about. I think we talk about Italy, Spain. That the midfield of Spain dominate the game, and I knew that. That's the way Spain plays.
Right.
And Italy just accepted. They accepted their limits, and they say, "Okay, we're gonna make it a counter attack and try to win it in that way."
You were at the stadium, right?
Yeah, I was at the stadium. It was incredible, and
tell us about it. Tell us how it felt and all of that.
That was beautiful. 40,000 probably Italians against 20,000 Spanish supporters, and the atmosphere was incredible. Italian supporters really believed they wanted to win. Everyone was sure Italy is going to win. We went to penalties. I knew Gigio is gonna do well because the guy is big, and Spain doesn't have. Spain has great players, but they don't have big personalities. You need to be really brave to go for a penalty.
True.
So it went well. I wasn't surprised. To the final, I was really surprised, to be fair.
You were surprised?
Yeah, because I knew Italy is going to dominate the game on possession.
I knew that too. I'm surprised people were doubting me.
Yeah, the possession I was sure, because I saw all the games England played. I saw all the Italian games, and I knew the midfield of Italy was better than the English midfield. Even Mason Mount is not good enough to play instead of Barella.
Sorry, just to cut you off just for a second, but it's always been like that. Italian players have always been superior to English players, the same way Spanish players have always been superior technically to Italian players. It's always been like that.
Yeah, and there is one thing about the midfield in Italian midfield. They are brave, and they are not scared to play the ball, to do those short passes, and to move around the ball until the opposition is tired. So I was sure that we are going to do that game. But they scored after 2 minutes straight away, and I think the formation he used was perfect. The 3-5-2 basically, England used, or 3-4-3, whatever you can call it. I think it was good because the weak spot for us was the left and the right back. You know, as much as they are good players, they suffer when you push them. So England scored straight away, and I was not scared, but I was worried because I realized that we don't have a striker. Italy doesn't have a striker at the moment. So I thought, like, okay, if they park the bus and if they do it well, it's going to be really tough. And I was worried about their counter-attacking, but their manager, their coach shit himself. He was so scared, so he never tried to actually be dangerous. He never thought, okay, I'm going to put a dangerous player now so I can kill the game. He never did that. So as soon as I saw that, I realized that, okay, here there is a chance we can actually win this. When things went on penalty, again, I was sure that Gigi's gonna do well. I was more worried about the who is going to shoot the penalty. Is the final? Are they going to be brave enough to actually score one goal more than England? That's what you need. And they did it. That was it was a tough final in my opinion, because England overall on the 24, 26 players, they are better at the moment. They have, if they have 5 or 6 changes, they can actually keep the level of the team and win the game. The problem of England is the manager is not good enough. That's the reality. If Mancini has that team, Mancini would have won that game against Italy.
I don't know if I agree.
Manager is good.
I don't know if I completely agree with that. Okay, I think it's a right analysis. So the way I expected the game to go was kind of the way it did. I didn't expect Italy to concede. Now, one thing that I noticed about Italy the whole tournament is that the first 25 minutes, they're always nervous. For every game, it was like that. And that pissed me off so much. Every game, Italy starts that they're kind of nervous and they have to find their feet. But once they get warmed up, the blood starts moving around, then they start playing the way they know how to play. And England caught them in those moments where they were still, trying to get into the game. Di Lorenzo, just a left shot alone. Great play by England. I think it was, I can't remember his name, Tillards or something like that. Found Shaw open. That was a beautiful pass. Shaw, great goal. Then Italy dominated the game. That's what we all expected. Italy has a better midfield. Now, where I don't agree with you is I think first of all, I'm hearing a lot of reports saying, England parked the bus and blah, 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 blah. But England didn't park the bus because they wanted to park the bus. Italy parked the bus because they were forced to park the bus. The same way Italy was forced to park the bus against Spain. It's not that it's not that you choose to do that. It's that you have no choice. When your opposition can pass the ball better than you, can keep possession better than you, and can put the whole team in your own half, you have no choice but to park the bus. So, I thought Italy should have won it in the 90, but it just seemed like Italy was the better team, the superior team, and they deserved the win. They were the best team of the whole tournament. So this time I can say Italy really deserved to win the tournament, and it was great. And I want to say Italy needs this because at club level for the past 10 years, we have sucked ass. We have been disgusting. England has had all the glory. What's it called? England has had all the glory. Germany has glory. Spain has glory. For fuck's sake, at least give us the national team. If we can't win at club level, at least give us some glory at national level. And we got that. We got it. We deserved it. We fucking deserved it. And I'm really happy they got it.
But going back to the club level, I really believe we didn't win on the club level because Inter and AC Milan had awful management. Like the ownership that bought the club, they were a scam. The previous ownership, there was a scam. So you lose 3 years of your I don't know how you can call it, to build a project just because the person who bought the club is a scam. And then comes another guy in the case of Inter, the Chinese ownership, and AC Milan, the American hedge fund. Now things are kind of you can start and consider Italy at the club level. But unfortunately, for 10 years, at the club level, Italy just, how you say it, how to destroy themselves.
Yeah.
We completely, with the financial fair play as well, AC Milan was brought outside the picture for 7-8 years. And that's unfair. That's not the fault of the Serie A. It's the fault of the management that was before, and the FIFA and UEFA that actually punish us. But without in a normal situation, let's say if Galliani and Berlusconi stays, or they sell to someone that actually cares about AC Milan, AC Milan would have won another Champions League in these 10 years. I truly believe with the right investment, not investing like City and PSG, but investing important money, 50, 60, 70 million, and having the appeal of the Champions League, because we were buying player without guaranteeing the Champions League, so we're buying second-tier player. That's our problem. If you were in the Champions League, you could buy proper player. I think now we're gonna see a different level in Champions League from the Italian clubs. Definitely. I don't think Juventus is going to do well next season. I think Inter is going to do a bit better. I think AC Milan is going to do well next season.
Why do you think Juventus is not going to do well?
Because
Juventus has a big coach. They just got a $400 million injection of money.
See, what is the financial fair play on this? How they got this injection?
I don't know.
See, that's the thing. I don't understand. That's so unfair.
I honestly don't know. I don't know the details. I just know they got an injection of $400 million.
I know how they got it. They got a sponsorship from Jeep or from the company that actually own Juventus, and they're again back on track. That's so unfair. That's not the right thing. That's why UEFA should just stop with this financial fair play and let the other club invest money. Because like this is just these clubs can invest money because they always find a way to inject money in their club.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. The other thing I disagreed with you, Laird, was that you're saying that if England played open football with strikers, with all their best strikers, I think that would have made it easier for Italy. I don't think they would have beat Italy. I don't think so. I think that would have been easier for Italy because it would have allowed Italy to play its game that it has played for so many years, close, and then hit them with quick counterattacks. And so I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, England has some type of players that if you give that national team to a manager like Mancini, Guardiola, Klopp, give me a great manager, whatever. With those players, they can do an high press, they can put you on their half, and they can win it because they have strikers, they have creative players. They just have a bad manager. Easy as that.
I honestly don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Let's see. I don't want to hear about England being better at football than us anymore. It was never a discussion that should have been had in the first place. England is nowhere near us at football. Carlo Moretti says, I want to see Calabria as right back in Italy. He has been consistent for Milan, and he deserves to be rewarded rather than Romagnoli. Open lines. We will open the lines in a few minutes. I agree Milan is the only big club financial fair play comes after. Well, they have. Nah, bro, Juve will do well, unfortunately, because Allegri, even though I think he's a fraud, he is never that good for us. Plus, I'm excited for the season ahead. He will do well, too. I hope Juve does well. I want all the Italian teams to do well because I'm so tired of the fucking banter. I'm so tired of people calling us the Farmers League. I'm tired of that kind of shit. It's time for us to fucking
But they saw with the Euro that it's not a farmer league, man. That is a high-level league. It's a really tough league, the Serie A, because players that play in Serie A perform really well with their national teams. They score goals. They've been decisive for the game. Everything. Like you see, Denmark, the best players were coming from Serie A. A lot of other small national teams, they were having players from the Serie A, and they managed to be a surprise. Other teams, they actually had players from the Premier League, did really bad. For example, Germany. Germany had all their players from the Bundesliga and the Premier League, the best players from Bayern Munich and Chelsea and all these big clubs. And they didn't perform. So that means that the Serie A and the players that play in Serie A are high-level players. The problem is a manager like Allegri comes and manages Juventus and he plays Catenaccio. And he puts Ronaldo, even if he's not good enough or he's not useful for the way Juventus wants to play. And a guy like Chiesa is forced to play in a position that is not feeling comfortable. So So this is the problem of Serie A. That some managers are bigger than the actual league, and they can do whatever they want, and they can do bad sometimes. The same Conte. Conte is a manager that with the Inter he had the previous year, he could have easily go to the semi-final of Champions League. So I blame Conte. I don't blame Serie A. So if you have a great manager or a manager that knows how to deal tournament like Champions League, with Lukaku, Hakimi, Barella, all these players, you go to the semi-final of the Champions League. So it's not the Serie A that is a low level. Managers that don't have the right approach. That's where I agree with you, Roy. We are not going with the right approach as a mentality. We can do better. We can go and do beautiful football and be more, risk it more.
Right. And continuing with the things you were saying right now, look at what Lucas reads. Serie A had less players than Bundesliga and Premier League, but we still have more goals than any of them. That is quite a stat. It is quite a stat. And
40 players less than the Premier League Serie A had.
yeah, that's 2 teams. It is quite a stat. I got to give it to the Serie A for that. And well, let's see, man. Let's see what this season brings.
See, I don't like this type of comments. I don't like Conte, man. Conte, every team that plays for Conte, they win the league, but they play bad football. They always are conservative. They never are brave enough. And the defense, the 3 defense and 5 midfielder, I don't like it. It's just it means you don't trust your players. You are really conservative, like the English manager did. He has like Sancho, Foden, Grealish, Sterling, Mount, Kane, and Calvin-Lewin, and maybe I forgot someone else. Jude Bellingham and Henderson, and he's playing with 5 defenders. That is Conte, basically. That is Conte. Just Conte and Hakimi, which is way better than Trippier. And Lukaku is better than Kane, in my opinion, for that game.
Speaking of Southgate, I want to say something. When he put in, what's his name? Sancho.
Oh, Rashford. I forgot Rashford as well.
Yes. When he put in Sancho and Rashford just to kick the penalties, I was ready to bet everything I owned both of them were going to miss. Because we've seen that same mistake Conte made with Zaza in 2016. We've seen that mistake. Carragher missed a penalty in the same kind of situation. That does not work. My question is this, like, how is it possible that us sitting here on a chair know this shit while these people are there? They make millions of dollars playing, and they don't know this. How the hell can you not? Why would you? When he decided to put Sancho and Rashford in just for the penalties, I was like, okay, game over. We won this. Both of them are going to miss because it doesn't work. That strategy does not work. If you want to take the penalty takers, need to have lived the game. They need to have the adrenaline. They need to have had that whole 30, 90, or 100 minutes of sweat and fight in it. You cannot put a person just to kick the penalty. It does not work, never has worked, and it will never work. What an amateur mistake that was.
And another thing is, you as a manager, you're playing with Sterling in the pitch, and you have Rashford and Sancho on the bench, and is another 30 minutes game. Basically, you don't trust Sancho. You think Sancho is not good enough for 30 minutes to give you what Sterling gave you before. Because Sterling is tired. He played 90 minutes. So you put Sancho. We blame Pioli during the season because he's not putting Rebic or Auge. And he has the best player of the best left wing of the Bundesliga in the bench. And he's not brave enough to put it for 30 minutes and to try to win the game against Italy. Or Rashford, you can put it on the right. Or even change the striker, or put an extra striker. Are you England? Is it coming home? Are you the manager of England? Put a second striker and win the game. Chiellini and Bonucci, they are great players, but they are 75 years old, both of them, together.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
But after 100 minutes of game, you need to put some pace. You need to put some pressure and try to win it.
Honestly, I don't agree with you there. I really don't. I
I
think
think he's
England,
not a good manager. He could have
I think,
done better. Thank God
I
he didn't do better. Thank God.
I think if England would have put more attacking players, we would have scored more goals.
Man, if
Because
you put one, I'm not saying you put more attacking players. You take off Sterling, you put Sancho, which is fresh and he can
oh,
run a bit more. That's what I'm saying.
um, I want to check this out. Antonio says Instagram post from Gigio. Check it now. Let's see what's going on with that.
Let's see. I
Ah,
don't follow
oh my,
anymore, Gijo.
oh my God, this is gonna make my heart cry. All right,
What
let's
happened?
let's share it. I'm gonna share it on Instagram. Oh, I'm gonna share it here, and we're gonna read it and share it. All right, guys, give me 1 second. We're going to share Gigio's Instagram post. This is going to be painful. Give us a second here. Yeah, this is gonna be. I mean, I'm so disappointed in this, So
Oh, Antonio, man, now bro is gonna cry in front of 33 people. What the fuck have you done, man? Are you gonna share it, man?
yeah, give me 1 second. All right. So I'm gonna try and translate it in English.
Just
I can't.
Roy,
How come we
read
didn't
it.
write it in English?
Read it in Italian, and we can
Yeah,
sum up what it says basically, or you can translate everything if you want.
I can translate it as I go.
Okay.
All right. So some decisions are very difficult, and they're part of the growth of a man. I have arrived in Milan when I was a child. For 8 years, I've worn this shirt. We fought, we suffered, we won, we cried, we joyed together with all my teammates and my coaches, and everybody that has been part of the club. Together with the fans, uh, together together with the fans that are key members of the family that are part of AC Milan. So all of that together with fans. In the Rossoneri, in the red and black shirt, I have achieved personal objectives. For example, like the debut at 16 years old, and I've lived some extraordinary moments that I will never forget. Now the moment has come to say goodbye. A decision that has not been easy. And a simple post on Instagram is not enough for me to explain it. And maybe no one can explain it, because emotions like this cannot be explained just by words. What I can say is sometimes it's right to make decisions and to change, to confront new challenges, to grow, to make one more complete. To all the Rossoneri that I have come in touch with from the first to the last day, they will always be in my heart, in a very important place, actually in a fundamental place, because they have been part of what I have become today. I wish Milan all the successes possible, and I do it with my heart, with affection, that tie me to these colors. A sentiment that nothing, time will never cancel. So that's what he's saying. That is very sad. Very sad. Oh man, well there you go. He has officially said goodbye.
That's fine, man. It's gonna be fine, Roy. Don't worry. So,
Man, this was like my child. What did Calabria say? Calabria said, "You already know that I will miss you, my friend. Good luck with your future." That's what he said. Christian Pasmino says, "Well, fuck Donnarumma to lie, rob, and blackmail to Milan and Maldini face. Left us in the dust. Also, Hakan posts on his IG about his first day training with Inter. Feels good to be here." Wow, Hakan is a snake, man. Hakan, did you see his goodbye post for AC Milan? It was one sentence. "Thank you, AC Milan. See you later."
that was the right way to do it because I don't want to even interact with that guy. I think he's so useless as a player. I'm so happy. We should have sold him in January.
If Guardiola came at the time Pioli came, he would have been close to being fired as well. The team was heartless and spineless and talentless. Damn, safe with some harsh words. Nathan says, when Pioli came, he was close to leaving too. Zlatan got the mentality for them. Jump formation system was very wrong, so it was doomed to fail. ABC says, guys, relax. We have never been known to have great goalkeepers. With Abbiati, the third goalkeeper of the national team, Rossi was never called by Italy. We have won everything. Yeah, we all agree on this. We've all said this a million times. And again, guys, I have absolutely 100% faith in Magnin. I still think Milan is going to get to the semifinals of the Champions League. Lucas asked us earlier, top four for the Serie A. Laird, who do you think? Any today predictions for today?
Yeah, I can tell you because I was talking about before that Juventus is not doing well. It's not going to do well. For the simple thing that AC Milan bought at least 4 players at the moment with this transfer campaign. Juventus is not being able to sell a player, to get rid of a player, and to put in a new one. They are really behind. They are really in trouble. And they have Ronaldo, which is a great player, but not the same used to be before. And you have to play in function of him, not to create a new way of playing football or a fresh way of playing football. So that's a problem because Ronaldo needs great players around him, not good players. Chiesa is incredible. Kulusevski is good. I think he's really good. Dybala is great. I think Morata can play a great, season. Of course, he's not going to score 20 goals, but he can always do his job. Ronaldo needs to play as a striker. He needs to understand that he needs to play as a striker. So these people around him can actually create and he can score goals. But defensively, the fullbacks and the midfield is still far away from a decent team. They need players. And I don't think Locatelli is enough.
Okay, so what are your top 4?
Atalanta, hopefully AC Milan if we get the number 10 right. Inter, and I think Juventus.
Mine is exactly the same. I swear to you, it's exactly the same. I think Atalanta is going to win the Scudetto next year. I really do. I think Atalanta is going to win the Scudetto.
To be honest, I hope so, man. If we don't win it, I hope Atalanta wins it, to be honest. That would be an incredible story.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. Atalanta is in a good shape.
Yeah, mine, it was exactly the same as yours. Atalanta, Milan, Inter, Juventus. That's how I think it will go. But that's today. We'll see it by the end of August. At the end of August, we'll kind of have a better idea of what the teams look like. Antonio has a very controversial opinion, as he states. He says Hakan's loss was more damaging than Gigio's. It's harder to find a cheap and reliable number 10, and we already have a Gigio replacement. Do you agree with that opinion, Larry?
No, I still think, as much as I think Donnarumma is not the Messi of the goalkeeper, he's an insane goalkeeper. So definitely we're not gonna replace him in the same way. We're gonna replace him playing better in defense and conceding less goals, or maybe scoring more goals. That's the way we're gonna replace him. But Akan, it's so easy to replace, man. Believe me. Trust someone. Trust someone that's seen enough football. I've seen enough Serie A. I've seen enough international tournament. Akan is so easy to replace. You need just a quality player. You need a Berardi. You need an Hakim Ziyech on loan, or maybe even a Isco that he haven't played a lot. He puts more quality. He
really
puts
hope
more
he's
quality than Akan. James Rodriguez is good.
My dream signing for the cam position is Isco. Like, I would really love to have Isco in this.
Even Brahim Diaz can give you more in that position than Akan the next season. And it's a season for Brahim Diaz, Tonali, Calabria, Theo Hernandez. The next season is a season to convince their manager to go to the World Cup, man.
Yeah.
So they are going to play insanely. They are going to put in the pitch everything. You're going to see a different Tonali now that he's a AC Milan player. He's not alone anymore. And he saw the national team winning the Euros. So he wants to be in that World Cup. He's going to put some courage in the pitch. Theo Hernandez is not accept a no from how it's called, the Sham. So he's going to be perfect in defense. He's going to fight to be good in defense.
I think you bring up a really good point. The World Cup is such a big tournament. All these players want to take part in the World Cup. This season is going to be an incredible season coming up. These players are going to play at not 100%, at 200%. Wait, hold on. Is Rob supposed to be me? Who's Rob? Christian.
Giroud. Talking about Giroud. He wants to go to the World Cup, man, this season. He really wants to go to that World Cup. And he's going to score goals in Serie A.
Well, yeah, Let's see, Christian. Please let me know if you mean Roy or do you mean Rob? Like, who's Rob? I don't see any Robs here. Let's see. Okay, should we open the lines a little bit? I know Antonio has some shit.
Yeah, let's open the lines, and I want to answer to Lucas about why we think Atalanta can win the Scudetto.
All right, let's do that first, and then let's open the lines.
First of all, the three defenders Atalanta has and the wings are really good, are top club players. The goalkeeper is good as well. So when it's a solid side, first of all. The midfield is good. I think they're going to keep Pessina and Malinowski. The strikers, they can perform and give 15, 20 goals a season. So they're adding players and they are keeping their core team. So they did 76 points last season. So they can easily add another 10 points.
Yeah.
I think they can easily add another 10 points.
Yeah, I think this team has solidified its style so much at this point that, I mean, hopefully if they keep the same squad, same core, they do have excellent players, and in a way, I think they deserve it. They deserve to get something out of this run they've had. It'd be a great story to tell for Serie A, for Atalanta, and I'd be happy for them. I really would be happy for them.
Yeah. That would be lovely to fight the Scudetto.
Hey guys, please like. Yes, sir. Please, guys, like the stream. Subscribe, but please like. We only have 13 likes, guys, right now. Come on, let's bring it up. Let's bring those likes up. As they say, we need it for the algorithm. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, the algorithm.
Let's open up the lines, guys. Let's hear what you guys got to say.
Did you put the link?
It should be there.
Here we go.
Oh my God, here we go, Antonio. Hello, Antonio.
Yo, guys, how's it going? I have to say, I have this thing at 4:30, so I have to get off very soon, but I will be, if you guys are still on at 5, I'll jump back in. It's a really short thing that I have to do.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
yeah, but just talking about a couple stuff. So Gigio, like I said, like I don't really care too much. I mean, I wish he would have stayed, but I don't blame the club for not paying him 12 million. That's something I just don't think we should do. I think if we did that, other players would ask for more money. Also, I wanted to say that about Gijo not being good in the air that I commented earlier.
Yeah,
I know.
What are we?
No. No, I noticed this in many games. He'll go into the air. Most of the time he catches it, but lots of the times he miscalculates it, and he'll go, and he won't catch it, and it'll just be loose in the box. I think that's something dangerous. And also, it happened in the Juventus game, and in that game. He wasn't good overall, but it happened a couple of times when Chiellini almost scored with his head. In those situations, he's not a perfect player. I'm saying he's really good. He'll probably be the best in the world, like for the next couple of years, of course. But I think we'll be fine without him. So I just want to say that.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I disagree. I think he's a beast in every aspect of the game. He's a beast. Anything else?
For the number 10 position, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite target because I said I was pretty interested in DePaul, but we didn't get him, so I don't know. I think maybe Vlasic looks pretty good, but like you said, we don't know because he's playing in Russia. That's why I like DePaul, because DePaul was Serie A and he showed in the national team that he was good. So
yeah, and that's why I want Belotti and I want Berardi, because these guys, we know they can play in the Serie A. It's not a risk. Right now, we can't go for the top players. We got to go for the players that are more reachable, right? Right now, we're not yet in that position. We need at least one more season in the Champions League. Then we can go for the top players. But our first year back in the Champions League, with our financial situation right now, we have to be realistic. A Berardi, a Belotti is feasible. These guys will bring up the quality. You said Belotti sucks earlier.
Yeah. Okay, so if we get him, something, I'm not going to be upset, but I don't really see the need in getting him, considering that he's middle age. He's nothing amazing. He doesn't have too much more potential. We know what he's going to be, and we already have Giroud and Ibra. So I'm more interested in going for a younger player that can maybe grow behind them, someone around the age of 20. I know he's not old, but and the thing is, and I wanted to say that when I watched the games, he didn't really impress me. I didn't see any signs of him being clinical. He can hold it up better than Immobile, like I said, which is true. But at the same time, still, Italy was always missing a number 9 in those games, no matter who it was. So
I don't disagree with you there. We got another guest coming in. We have Mr. Paul.
How's it
How
going,
you doing, Paul?
Yeah, hello. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Great, man.
Can you hear me?
First time here?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, firstly, that Roy and Lai, I actually like what you're doing on this channel. I'm a big Milanista, and I'm always happy to see fan channels around, and I'm always happy to connect with every Milanista all over the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I've got a question as well, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Between Vlasic and what's his name now, Sabitzer, who do you guys prefer? I say we take both, because I'm hearing Vlasic can play on the right, and we all know that the right side of obviously attacking midfield is where we've been suffering a lot, lately with Casti and Salamakers, and yeah.
It's a good point here. I believe on the fact that you need to have different players. If you want to go for two number 10s, supposedly you're gonna go for Diaz, which is really quality player and possession situation.
Yeah.
You need another one that actually gives you that final pass and more defensive and more counter-attacking. So I don't know the two players you mentioned. I've seen some highlights, but I haven't followed them on the league and on a game situation, because all these highlights, we see them when they have the ball. We don't see them when they don't have the ball, and and how they get rid of the opposition. It's really hard because
to be fair, I think that sorry, I just think that as Milanisti, myself included, I think we're just very happy to see Haka's replacement. and someone else play instead of Hakan, and some consistency in that role. So we're happy to take whatever as long as it's not Hakan. If that makes sense.
Yeah, my concern is whatever who gets that position has to be a player that consistently gives a 7 as a performance. You know what I mean? As a that really plays well every single game for at least all season. Because the team there is around, you have a good team around. So if you put your performance every game, we are going to win most of the games, or we're gonna get those 85, 86 points we need to win a league. That's for sure.
Right.
You know what?
Right. Well, another thing as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
Oh no. Let me just say about what I think about. I just want to say what I think about those two players. So unfortunately, I don't follow any other leagues but the Serie A because I just don't have the time. So I don't know these players that well. But as far as I can see, Sabitzer fits more what Pioli wants as far as a cam, because Sabitzer is a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more of a hybrid attacking player and a defensive player. And Pioli has said that that's what he wants. Pioli's love for Çalhanoğlu was because of that reason, because Çalhanoğlu can double up as this hybrid midfielder. And Sabitzer seems to fit that role a little bit better. Blažić, from what I've seen, is a little bit more forward. So I don't think it's a matter of one or the other. I think it's more of both. We need both these players. We need a cam that can do what Pioli wants him to do, and we need an extra player that we can put on the wing that can bring the goals in. I agree with you both.
Personally, Sabitzer doesn't really impress me, but I think that, like, from what I've seen, but he is, like you said, he's dynamic and he plays a lot of, like, he contributes and plays defense. If it's all up to that, like, if we need a player that does that, then I guess he's the only one. But I'm not a fan. I think I like Vlasic better because, like, the comment right here says he's younger and he has more talent. I also I think we need to just get a right winger, like a specific right winger to kind of clear up those problems, especially, signing Berardi would be like a dream signing. That'd be so good. We signed him.
Nice.
What's up, Nathan?
Hey, what's up, Nathan? Hey, Paul, can I ask you a question real fast?
Nathan. Yeah, go on.
Paul, you have a British. Are you from England? Are you in England?
Funny story. So I was actually born in Italy, in Milano. So I'm actually Milanese. I was born in San Giovanni, but I moved to the UK. So I actually live in England now. So yes, I'm not English, but English, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. So what's the mood in England right now after the final?
You know what? I'll tell you what. Me personally, I am so happy. Like, I can't explain. Like, I am so happy. Obviously, it's a lot better now, but yesterday it was like a graveyard. It was a funeral. Literally, everyone was so dead, so silent, and everyone was sad. Like, everyone was so sad. The mood was just down. But me personally, as an Italian, like, I just loved it. Like, you know what it was? Yeah, I told my dad, like, Dad, if we get to the final, I know for a fact that we're not going to lose. I just know we're not going to lose. If it goes to penalties, we're not going to lose, and that's exactly what happened. And the team played well as well, and everything was just poetic. To be fair, it was just all very poetic.
You're not going to lose penalties with Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Nice.
We don't call him Donnarumma now. We call him number 99. I call him number 99. But yeah.
Donnarumma.
I don't say his name. No. Do you know what it is with number 99? Yeah, my thing is you're allowed to actually leave to go to a better club for more money and whatnot. But it's the way in which he left that I didn't quite appreciate. Like, don't cry in front of the fans, don't kiss the badge, don't do all those theatrics, and yeah, that's why I didn't appreciate. Like, he's actually free to go to PSG. It sucks, it's not nice.
I can agree with that.
Just all that stuff I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
I agree. What's up, Nathan? How you doing, my man?
Hey, I'm doing good. And you guys?
Great, man. Thank you. Also, you first time here?
Yeah, yep. So
Nice.
for the cam position, what do you guys think about Nkunku from Leipzig?
Man, guys,
Is he really
honestly,
He's good. He's good. I know him. He's good.
I know Nkunku. Sorry, I know Nkunku, but he's more of like a CM.
The way we play in the 4-2-3-1, that Cam, he needs to have not just skill to beat players in the pass. He needs to be able to cover the distance from the center forward and the CDMs. So Hakan, one of his problems is if he's defending, he doesn't have the speed to counterattack, which is why we always go from the left side. It's the same thing with the right side. Salamakers, no one disputes his hard work. But at the end of the day, if you can't counterattack down the right side, you have to go to the left because that's where the speed is. So maybe in a 3-4-3, they would be better because there's less distance they have to cover in terms of getting into the attack. But the 4-2-3-1, you got to have more speed in that cam and the wing positions. Otherwise, you can't transition effectively.
you know what, guys? Again, when it comes to players that play in other leagues outside of the Serie A, I'm the last person you gotta ask. I just do not. I don't know anything about this player. But Lucas apparently is not too fond of him.
If he doesn't watch it,
he's not a cam.
I watch every league, man. I watch.
You do? Okay, good.
And yeah, if you haven't actually sat and watched him play more than just 2 games, I mean, I watch even the Norwegian league. I watch everything.
Nice,
so,
good.
It's
That's
and
good.
Kuku's just a really good player. He's just a cheaper alternative to some of the guys who are like DePaul, who's 40 million, which we cannot afford that. So I'm just thinking guys who are at least in the 25 to 30 million range, because we just said we don't want decent players. We want players that make a difference. If we don't, a player that makes a difference is not going to be 15 million. That's just not going to happen. He's going to be 25 to 30 million. So you gotta decide what you want.
Guys, let me ask you a question. What position does Vlasic play?
Is
Cam,
attacking midfielder.
Batista.
Yeah,
oh, he's a cam.
Midfielder.
He's a cam. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
He's what, 25 million, right?
25
That's
million.
What they say.
Yeah,
right.
And so Eastbourne says Nkunku will cost around 40 million. I don't think Milan will
he's got a 35.
The only reason I say that is because they have Szoboszlai and Nkunku and Danny Olmo. All of these guys cannot play at the same time. So someone's going to have to be a little bit cheaper and affordable.
I don't think Leipzig is in a position to sell because they already lost some key players. And I think they're going to keep. I think they're going to play the Champions League next season, if I'm not wrong. So they're going to try to keep some players. Yeah. So they're not selling those players. I really believe because Barcelona, Chelsea, and Real Madrid are quite loaded in that position. AC Milan is going to wait until the end of August to buy the player that is going to play in that position. And these all options. Yeah, go for it. No, go.
Nah, sorry. I thought you were done. Nah, you finish.
Yeah, I'm finished because the 25, 30 million, these young players or players that play for teams that don't have financial problems, it's really hard to close the deal. It's almost impossible. They're going to keep their own players. They are not going to give it away. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go ahead, Paul. You're about to say
makes sense. Now, just a quick one. What do you guys think about what's his name now? Luis Alberto. I think he's a good player, Serie A proven, but I don't want him to go at the expense of Rafael Leao. That's not how you think.
No, we're gonna give Romagnoli and get him, and he can play as a midfielder when Kessie and Benacer are not around during January, and he can be a good substitute as a midfielder as well, and he can play as a attacking midfielder. Basically, our attacking midfielder is a creative midfielder on the 4-3-3. because Pioli, when we have the ball, it just changes. Is it more attacking 4-3-3 when we have the ball? When we waiting for the ball, we close a 4-4-2. So you need a midfielder that is creative, that actually likes to go forward and to create, or a proper number 10 that likes to defend. So that's the type of player we need in that position. Luis Alberto is that player.
I'm watching some highlights of Nkunku here. He looks good. I like what I'm seeing, and he's the number 10 of the team. I mean, if you're wearing that number, you're an important player.
I mean, if he's truly 40 million, then yeah, he's probably gonna be.
I didn't know he was number 10,
but it never hurts to inquire about players. Like at least ask about them. If we were going for DePaul, who's also 40 million, what's stopping us for going for another person like that?
Oh man, this guy's great. Lucas, what are you talking about? Lucas, what are you saying?
Wait, he's the guy that was at PSG, wasn't he?
I think Nkunku was at PSG first. I think he was.
Yeah, because I think Leonardo actually wanted him before he left, go back to PSG. If I actually remember correctly.
This player is fantastic. So what are you talking about?
I watch all the all the leagues all year round, man. All year round.
He's good, man. He's good.
I didn't know he was an attacking midfielder. I thought he was more of like a CM. But
I think more of a cam.
This is a great player. I don't think he's cheap. This is not a cheap player. This is a player that's got dribble. He's got through balls. He's got goals.
Roy, we're having a question here.
Roy, you're telling me that Nkunku is a better option than Vlasic? Well, look at it this way.
Vlasic, man.
Oh, well, I mean, Vlasic plays in Russia. Nkunku plays in Germany. That's a big difference, you know. So if you're doing well in Germany, you're probably going to do well in the Serie A. If you're doing well in Russia, no offense to anybody that is from Russia, that's not a guarantee. Like you would just think that you would probably do, if you're doing well in Germany, you probably do well in Italy. But you know, it's going to be a gamble nonetheless. Sorry, he's not number 18. He's number 18. It looked like a 10, but it's number 18. No, he looks great. From what I've seen right now, he is he seems like the player that Pioli wanted. Pioli wanted a player that can dribble, that take players on. Vlasic didn't look like that kind of player, and Nkunku looks more like that kind of player. So yeah.
The only other person, I think one of the earlier streams a few days ago was Julian Brandt. I think he might be like the 25 or 30 million range.
He is good, yeah. They are really hard for AC Milan to achieve those players. I think they're well established in their team, and still we are not we are not so attractive enough for a young talent or a talent that is going to be the next big thing, unfortunately. And Maldini knows that, and they are trying to combine marketing and experience and someone that already done it in a big level. So I really believe they're going for a big name that is not finding space at Chelsea, Real Madrid, or Barcelona, or Everton, James Rodriguez. I really believe they're going for that option. They cannot risk someone that comes from another league that is actually good, but maybe can end up like Çalhanoğlu, or he can end up like other names that were promising. So they don't want to risk that. They really don't want to risk that.
And you know,
so do you think it's worthwhile for Milan to go for Ziyech?
Yeah, I think it's worth it to go for Ziyech.
I would go for Ziyech.
Berardi.
I would go for Ziyech. Yep. And Ziyech
I will go for Luis
right
Alberto.
well,
Yeah.
I forget.
Quick question, guys. Is Vlasic Croatian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Croatians actually do pretty well in Italy usually. Guys, we have Kangu, our England supporter, Manchester United England supporter. How are you doing, man?
Well done, man. Being brave enough to come here and listen a bit of Serie A. I mean, you knew it was coming, man. You followed the Serie A, so you knew it was coming. But what about you, Nathan? Where are you from?
I'm from the States, Texas.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
What
nice,
do you
man.
do?
Same here.
You
California.
watch
Oh.
football a lot. So what do you do?
Well, I was in the military. I just got out. So,
Okay.
yeah, I just weekends we are free on the weekends. So,
Oh, beautiful.
iPad,
Well,
laptop,
I've got a
computer.
question for Nathan. I've got a question for Nathan.
Yeah.
Do you call it football or soccer? Soccer.
I call it football when I'm with my football friends. But
well
for
done.
everyone else,
Well done.
I'll joke around.
Well
I'll say
done.
real football. And so I'll just say,
There we
I
go.
actually
I
call
like,
it-
I like this guy. I like this
You are
guy.
one of us, man.
oh, yeah, through and through.
Yeah.
I actually call it soccer many times.
Why? Why?
Well, in the States, it's
Wow.
you can say both because especially in Texas, there's a lot of Hispanic people, so they'll say football with
Yeah,
FU.
same thing.
So football, soccer, it's just whatever comes out at that moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's just become a habit. It's just become a habit. Because here, I mean, if you're having a conversation with someone and you say football, most people here will assume you're talking about American football.
American
So you just
football,
say you just say soccer because that just it just makes it
Flows.
clear.
The conversation flows. Oh, that's interesting. How
I've got a
come
question
you
for all
like
of you
soccer?
guys.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
just a little background. See, I'm adopted, and my mom is German and Polish, and my dad is Italian.
Okay.
So growing
Okay,
up,
nice.
all Italy,
Ah.
all
You
AC
don't have any
Nice.
choice.
That's all
You
I
don't
know.
have any choice.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm guessing your dad is a Milanista then.
Say that again.
How long have you guys supported Milan for?
Oh, my whole life.
Me
whole
too.
life.
I
That's
like
it.
that.
I don't have no
Same
jerseys
here,
for nothing else.
same here,
Italy
same
or
here.
Milan jersey. nothing
Same
else.
here. Same here. What player made you fall in love with
Actually, both those.
the
Oh,
red and black?
wow.
I have the one on the
Wow, that's my guy.
Just to celebrate, the
Yeah.
Champions League and everything.
Nice.
Kaka, I love this one.
That-
This one,
That's the one. That's the one I grew up on.
yeah,
That's the one I grew up on.
Yeah, I have to.
No, the white one.
I'd
The
have
white
to go
one.
to my
the white one.
The white
my
one.
mom's
Yeah.
house. She has my Inzaghi, red and black Inzaghi
Yeah.
jersey.
Nice.
Damn it, man! I cannot believe a guy from Texas.
What players
over
made you
there.
fall in love with Milan?
Man, I remember. Well, growing up, I still watch all the sports with Direct TV. You can watch everything. And so I remember watching. I can't remember how old I was. I was watching some English games, and I was probably maybe 8 or so. I've been playing since I was 4 or 5, so I understand by 8 how the game's supposed to be played. And I remember once it's like a Manchester game. Once it was over, they showed the Italian game, and it was Milan versus. Might have been Parma, or it might have been maybe Juve. It was one of the games, but I thought, man, look at these guys play. Compared back then, it was more in England, more kick and run, and in Italy, they would just pass and pass and pass and pass. I was like, man, this is my team right here. And it's just been like that the whole time.
Yeah, that team there had that. They were playing kind of like how Barcelona. They were like the first version of tiki taka. You want to say, right? Kind of. Then Barcelona kind of brought it a step even higher. But the way they played, they moved the ball was magical.
I feel like
magical.
AC Milan is like, in terms of football, he has all the 4 seasons. We always had great defenders, great midfielders, and great attacking players. So we could have the possession and impose our game, but when we were struggling, we were ready to defend and go on the counter-attacking. So we were always ready to play a different football, always dominating the game, at least in the years I fall in love for AC Milan. So we've never been totally tiki-taka or totally catenaccio or completely defensive. We've been a mix of all the type, all of the culture of football. That's why the player I fall in love was George Weah. When I was a kid, I really enjoyed watching George Weah. Weah was insane.
How old are you?
I'm 33, and I was following AC Milan before George Weah. But Weah, with those Diadora, the red boots in Italy, going he was fast, technique, strong, clever. He had everything, man. He was. And he was. I think he's the only African golden ball, so it's a proud
Yeah.
thing to have.
No,
That's an
I
honor.
think Aubameyang also won it, right? Didn't Aubameyang win the Golden Ball?
No,
Did
Aubameyang
he?
never won a.
Ballon
No.
doesn't want a golden ball. I don't.
Oh,
Ballon d'Or.
right. Yeah, my bad.
Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or. That's what you mean.
No.
For me, it was during the Saki era. That's when I fell in love.
How old are you? Everyone here is flipping old, man. Jeez.
I'm in my mid late 30s. So,
Sorry, man. We look good. It's our fault.
No. Yeah. I thought everyone here was young. I'm
But,
from like Shevchenko, Kaká, Seedorf.
okay, yeah, that was a great.
Oh,
great
Seedorf,
era.
man. Seedorf was
I'm
amazing.
That was a
relatively-
player, man. That was a player.
What a-
I'm relatively
Seedorf.
younger, so I'm 24, so yeah.
That's good. You've seen enough. You've seen good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I have.
I saw Milan first in '89. That's when I first saw it, and that's when I
Wow.
became a Milanista in '89. And then I followed them throughout. So yeah, man, I've celebrated 5 Champions Leagues, guys. I feel good about that.
Wow.
That's
I
insane.
feel like us coming back to Champions League, yeah, it was I felt so happy. Like it was like a big, like, how do I say it? Like a good gift for like all Milan fans who were stuck.
It's like
these dark,
football
terrible
coming
years.
home.
Literally,
Hey, y'all see the comment
literally.
from Esborn?
Oh,
Who would you choose between?
you
Krudik and
you
Samu?
guys know what was that?
Who would you choose between Krudik and Samu?
Oh,
Krunic. Oh, you know what it is, yeah? I feel like Krunic, yeah, he's so unlucky only because for the role that purely plays in his system, the 4-2-3-1, he's actually a mid-Zala, so he doesn't fit into our system. He's actually not a bad player, he just doesn't
That
fit
is
into
true.
our system.
That is right. That is
Yeah.
true.
I feel like Samu, on the other hand, I just don't know what he's good at. I just don't know what he's good at. Like, that's my only thing. Like, he gets chances, he screws them up. He's left-footed, but every time I've seen him take a shot, it's been with his right foot and it's been atrocious. Like, I just don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's good at. He's not very strong on the ball. Technically, he's actually very good, but I don't know what he's good at. That's my only thing. And he's very inconsistent as well. His decision making is not the best. That's what I don't kind of
You say it perfectly.
like about him. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, he
He's
was
not-
brought in.
He's not a bad
as
player, but yeah.
He was brought in as a replacement for Suso. Remember when Suso went out? Then we brought in.
Yeah.
We brought Samu.
Yeah.
That was that kind of player, but nowhere near the quality of Suso.
No.
They're
Just a
both
hard
players.
worker.
If Suso
Again,
had
sir?
speed, he'd be very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, Samu's just a harder worker. Maybe not as skilled, but he worked.
Yeah,
harder.
true.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate the guy. A lot of people hate him. I have absolutely no hate for the guy. I like him actually as a player. I don't think it's
Who's
what we
Samu?
need. Yeah, Samu. I don't think it's
Who's
what we
Samu?
need.
Oh,
Samu, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's what we
Yeah.
need. I think we need my dream for that right wing would be Berardi.
Berardi.
That's
Berardi, me
that's-
too, Berardi. Oh, actually, no, tell a lie. Federico Chiesa. Oh my God, what a player.
We
What
have
a player.
we have the
Mamma che
option.
giocatore. Federico Chiesa. No, come on.
Now,
You
Yeah.
speak Italian.
Paul, do you think that we should
I-
have broke the bank for kids?
Yeah, like, I speak a little Italian. I didn't go to an Italian school, but all the Italian I speak is like colloquial, like stuff that I picked up watching TV,
Ah, okay.
listening to people and stuff.
What-
But I do understand
what have
Italian
you-
very well.
What about you, Nathan? You speak a bit German, Polish, or Italian?
Not German. Just like Paul said, I just picked up on certain words in Italian. That's the best I got. I don't
No
have
worries.
I usually watch most of my games online, and so the website I use is the language that the country is in, and so I just try my best to pick up different words whenever I can hear them.
Yeah, makes sense.
Man, look at what Lucas just wrote. Berardi is a bum. What are you talking about? Lucas,
Yeah,
what are you
Lucas, I
talking
can
about?
see, I can see and understand why he put that there. Because to be fair, I don't know if Berardi will be able to do it in Champions League. That's what I'm worried
Oh.
about.
No,
Like,
I
on the
think
big
he would.
stage.
I think you would.
Like,
I think-
that's what I'm worried about. That's just my own.
I
I
can
think
tell
the-
you, I can
Go
tell
ahead,
you,
Jared.
Lucas. I've seen Berardi at Wembley live, and he has a great touch. He has that type. He stopped the ball. I remember against Spain. from the other. I don't know who kicked the ball from the other side, and Berardi was there, and just
Bonucci.
like a glue. Bonucci, and the ball stayed there like a glue. It reminds me Seedorf or Ronaldinho at that time in San Siro. That's how the ball was staying there.
I remember that sequence of play. The commentators were awe-stricken by that sequence of play. Bonucci with a super pass, ball super high. Berardi just kills the ball gently, massages the ball. No, guys, really, guys, these players, they play in Sassuolo, they play in Torino. Okay, we don't get to see them. But you put these players in the Milan context, training with the Milan, everybody.
That's true. That's actually true.
They raise their game. They raise their game.
Yeah.
But if not Berardi, who then? Because
I'll tell you something.
Pace and skill.
You were saying about Chiesa. We should have break the bank for Chiesa.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. The player we should break the bank is Zaniolo. We should buy him, man.
You think?
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh,
he's insane.
He can play as a number 10 as well. He's actually a number 10.
He can play on the right, on the left as a number 10. He can play as a striker as well. Believe me, he's going to get older. He's going to play as a striker. He's going to be a beast. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. And he's going to do a great season and go to the World Cup. And that's when we're going to buy him. Hopefully we're going to buy him.
I hope
because
so.
He's a Kaká fan. He's a Kaká fan. And he wants...
Yeah.
That's why he plays with the 22.
He kind of has that similar Kaká run straight of the ball. He's a fantastic player too. I would really love to see him at AC Milan. I want to ask you guys something. What do you guys think of Mourinho being at Roma? What do you think? What are you expecting of that?
I think it's great for Serie A.
Yeah,
personally, I like. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I like Mourinho. He brings that entertainment, that dramatic, comedic, like I don't know how to explain it, like factor into like Serie A. Like that's why I was actually quite upset when Conte actually left Inter. Because we needed that in Serie A, like, again, to make it a bit more it's already spicy as it is. Like, we actually know more Farmers League. Everyone knows that now. If you don't, then I don't know what to say about you. Your football IQ is probably not the highest. But, yeah, it's actually much needed. And I actually want to see how we get on in Roma. And, like, it's the competition we need, to be fair. So I'm quite excited about it.
Well, you remember Roma, at the beginning of the last season, they were almost neck and neck with us. Until they fell off at the second half. Yeah. And that I think the mentality that Mourinho and the defensive structure that Mourinho will bring in, I think will benefit them. I don't think they'll fall off like they did last year because I thought they were going to finish in the top 4 along with us for a long time.
So I was actually scared.
A big Roman fan, they just completely flew off the rail.
Yeah. Great point.
You know what? You know what I think, Mo? I think it's going to be very difficult for Mourinho. Because Roma has a mentality that is 100% shit. It's vomit. It's terrible. These guys do not have a winning mentality. This is a club that is an embarrassment. One of the reasons why they call us the Farmers League is because of Roma. So I hope.
Say that.
I hope. No. I hope. I'm serious. I hope Mourinho can change that. Because and can get because I mean you guys are called to Roma for heaven's sake. You should be freaking Real Madrid, but instead you're
fighters and whatnot.
But these guys have such a poor mentality. I hope Mourinho can bring Roma a winning mentality for the Serie A, for Italian football, because Roma is just one of the most disgusting clubs in the history of football, in my opinion. So
wow,
Roy, I just want to say something. The reason why they call us a farmer league is because when we tell them the Serie A is a great league, they always say, "Oh, why Inter didn't pass the group of Champions League, or why Juventus didn't beat Porto?" So Inter and Juventus is ruining the image of Serie A because they are winning in Serie A and doing shit.
I think it's more Juventus to be seven straight Serie A titles, man. I think
but guys, when I see those scores 7-1, 6-0, 5-1, it's always Roma on the end of that. Are you guys playing tennis or are you guys playing football? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
You know?
It's Wimbledon,
I mean, they're just unlucky, man. They're just unlucky.
They never invested to be in that position.
I think it's a mentality. I think that's what it is. I hope Mourinho brings it. Guys, by the way, you know what? Mourinho said some pretty interesting stuff. He said, one thing that we've said on this channel, he said, well, he kind of dug a little bit at Inter, saying that, what did he say? He said, Inter, something about not paying the players, you know. You shouldn't win a league if you don't pay the players. So he said that.
He's already started. See what I mean? He's already started.
He's already started. And he said someone tried to compare him to Conte, and then he said, "You don't compare me to Conte. Inter has had 2 historical coaches, me and Herrera. Conte's not even in the picture." So he said that.
That's true. That's
and then
true.
what else did he say? He said another thing that was pretty crazy. I can't remember. It'll come back to me.
It's a 45 minutes interview, so he says a lot of things.
He says a lot. He actually says a lot.
Actually,
I've got a question for all of you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
No, go on. Finish that. Finish.
No, I just want to say, if Mourinho does a great job or a decent job, the national team, the Italian national team, can find in the squad players like El Shaarawy and Zaniolo that actually can be game changer for the World Cup. Because I think El Shaarawy is not a finished player. He's still physically healthy. He's fast, and he can be a great substitution during a game for a national team. Zaniolo can play as a number 9, in my opinion, for the national team.
He's in his 30s. Sure.
I was like 28 or something like that.
Yeah, around 30. I think it's 29, 30, 31, between that. Okay. I'll tell you, you know what? He's 31 probably, or 30. Yeah, I think something like that. Go for the question, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, yeah, like, who are you guys as I was gonna say top 3, but I'll make it top 5. Top 5 Milan players right now, and why?
Oh, right now?
You go for
right now, in this current team, actually. Yeah.
Well, Hernandez has to be. Calabria.
Yep.
Messi. I would honestly, I want to put, well, Cajer has to be, and
for sure.
I would love to put Zlatan, but man, he played like half the season. I mean, if he stayed healthy, then man, it's mainly just defensive players. Maybe Tomori. He showed me in 6 months that he's not losing.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready for this. Like, he was made for this. Honestly.
Yeah, Tomori.
Yeah.
He was made for AC Milan.
You know what? Defensive half, man. None of our attackers are like Rebic. Only shows up for the second half of the season. Zlatan is always injured.
Yeah.
Hakan was consistently inconsistent.
Thank you very much. Exactly.
And
he's just consistent at being inconsistent. Honestly,
Samu and Salamander, they're hard workers, but there's no output on that right side. So it's defensive mids and defenders.
Casti. I feel like Milan fans here, like Casti's not a bad player, just no Milan player, unfortunately.
I don't think he's gonna stay. I think he's gonna go. I think they're gonna sell him. I just want to answer my question real fast. So I think Ibrahimovic is still the most important player in the club because he brings the mentality.
Yeah.
He brings the locker room. Now, hopefully he gets to play. I think that these injury problems are not going to stop. If a guy's been getting injured for the past 3 years, there's no reason why all of a sudden next season he will stop getting injured. But hopefully I'm wrong about that. So I would say he's number 1 as far as what he brings, the mentality aspect. On the pitch, it has to be Kessie for me. He is the most important player we have. His work rate, his consistency. Then Kjaer is the next one because he's just a great defender. He's very mature. He's very good with the ball too. Actually, he's a very good technical player. And he's got a fighting mentality. And he did an excellent job at the Euros. Calabria, for me, is the heart of his team. He's got the Milan genetics, right? He's been in Milan since...
He embodies everything.
Right, 18 years now he's been at AC Milan. So, exactly. So, and then the 5th guy... I guess it'd be either Teo Hernandez or Tomori goes to. Teo Hernandez is going to be clutch for us. I hope he stays.
Literally.
I hope Teo Hernandez stays. Yeah.
Literally.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's just our defensive half players.
Nah,
CDM
Theo is going to stay. Theo is definitely going to stay. Like, his girlfriend is Italian. That tells me everything I need to know.
Well, that tells a lot,
he's
man.
good
Be
to stay.
careful. He's gonna leave probably.
Yeah, maybe that means he's going to leave.
That tells a lot, man. That's a lot of trouble over there.
Speaking of Italian
Well,
players,
that's true.
I think Milan needs to get a under 23 team, because once they get to after the U18s, it's either they're good enough for the senior team or they just go away. And there's no way for us to watch them under our own house and watch them develop. That's why we lose guys like Pessina, Locatelli, Cristante. If we had an under 23 team, these guys could still be with us and develop.
Nathan, is actually what you brought is actually a very good point here. I want to say something about Milanisti as well. Can we please stop talking about Cutrone? And Cutrone is not good enough for Milan. He's not even good enough for this Milan team.
I disagree.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, you got to remember.
Nah, I'm sorry. Me personally.
Was here, and we had Cutrone, Silva, and Kalinic. Who performed the best out of all of them? Even when Higuain was here, Cutrone performed the best. 10 goals from the bench.
Let me ask you something, yeah. Do you think you see this current Rafael Leao, yeah, that Milanisti keep attacking every single time? Do you think he'll perform better than this current Rafael Leao as a striker?
Yes.
I don't think he would.
Leao has six goals as a support striker. He needs to be in a 2-4
but that's the thing.
Where Leao doesn't work. In Lyon, he played as a support striker in Lyon. Not as a lone striker, not as a winger.
Yeah, exactly. But me personally, I just feel like Cutrone, unfortunately, for all the hard work he brings and all that, everything else, like, he's just not good enough for this team. That's just the point I'm trying to make. That's just what I think. Like, he's not what we need right now, unfortunately. So I'm tired of Milanisti talking about him. And to be fair, yeah, the only Primavera player that I've got regrets about leaving Milan in this year is just Aubameyang. I'm not worried about Locatelli and all those other guys there, because Locatelli wouldn't even bench Kessie or Benacer right now. So I don't see all the noise about it right now. Yeah, it's sad that we saw them going for free and whatnot, but they wouldn't give us that salto de qualità, if you understand what I mean.
Paul, for me, sorry, let me just answer that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Paul, for me, I'll be honest with you, this is one of the things that upsets me the most about AC Milan. Their lack of ability of being able to grow these players from the academy into the first team. We've let go of players that are making headlines all over the place. And here we are going all over the world trying to look for players when we had these players in our backyard. This is one of the aspects that I am not happy at all about it.
I just want to say something about these talent that go, they become great players, and we regret them. That is part of football. That is a problem that football has, and Nathan was saying it properly, that the fact we don't have an under 23, or there is not a decent league that you can actually grow these players and preserve them and keep them. But if you think Manchester City had Brahim Diaz, Jadon Sancho, and Phil Foden in their youth team, and Jadon Sancho left and they lost 100 million, or they lost Jadon Sancho as a player, and he's going for Manchester United. Brahim Diaz went to Real Madrid, and now he's going to come hopefully to AC Milan, which is a great talent. So it's football that has that problem, that you can actually not keep all of your talent. But you need to build a lot of talent. So at least you have that Phil Foden in your team that you can grow. Or Brahim Diaz. For example, Real Madrid had Teo Hernandez, Hakimi, and a lot of talent that is leaving now. And they lost that talent. Or Chelsea had De Bruyne, Lukaku, and all of these talent, and they left and they lost that talent. So a great team has to have a great first team, a great youth, so you can bring at least one great player from the youth and save that 60, 70 million they need to find.
More than one.
Yeah, ideally one at least.
Sorry, let me just finish.
Pessina, go on.
Let me just finish this, guys. Let me just say this, and and then you guys go ahead. Look, Saki's Milan was made out of 8 players that came from the academy, something like that. Okay, Guardiola's Barcelona Same. 8 players that came from the academy. Ajax, the Ajax of the 70s that won everything, were all academy players. Maldini, Baresi, academy players. Cruyff, academy player. Messi, academy player. It's like, that's the formula. You create them when they're young. You have
But
a
that's
vision.
the formula of the 90s.
No, that's the
No,
You have to
formula.
look
Well,
at now.
even recent Barcelona, it's all from La Masia. Like if you I don't know how much you guys watch Barcelona, but when you watch these teams, I've seen Barcelona put an 18-year-old against Real Madrid.
Pedro, right?
Not just Pedro, even when they had Boyan and Pedro. Like these guys are 18, 16, 17, 18, and they're in the Champions League final. They put them in El Clasico.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw Milan, except for Gigio, say, okay, look, we're up 3 or 4-0. Let me put these younger guys in so they can get game time. We don't do that. Even last year, when we were playing the last game of the Europa, the game didn't matter. So why are guys like Maldini and Colombo not starting in that game? You can't develop a player.
That's
if you
another
don't
thing.
Going back to how many players you can bring from the youth, you cannot bring 7 players from the youth. You can bring 1 a year.
Why not?
Because when
Manchester
you bring
City
Iniesta is gonna last 10 years, bro. You cannot bring another one next year.
Iniesta was built in their backyard. That's what you do.
But no, what I'm saying that an average you bring 1 a year, not 8 a year, because you cannot change your team 8 players every year. If you can bring good players every year, in 5 years you have 5 talents that it didn't cost you anything, and they're playing as a starter. That's how it works.
We keep cycling players every single year and not giving the youth players a chance. It's the same thing. You get
I feel like
these guys, and then you have Pacina and them who don't get a chance.
I think the
Pacina is not good enough to be in this team. I'm sorry, Pacina is not good enough to be in this team. I'm actually sorry, man.
You know,
as a number 10 in this system, he's not good enough. I'm sorry, mate.
Let's try to talk about the players we have. Let's try to talk about the players we have at the moment. So let's understand. We have Auge, Colombo, and who else?
Maldini.
Let's say these Maldini. These 3 players. Who is going to stay to the first team and in 2 years become a starter or a good sub? Who is you think is going to be?
Possibly all 3 of them.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Why not?
I want to say Maldini because it's a Maldini. Obviously, I hope to see more from him this season because I didn't see enough last season. Because I'm actually yet to form a full opinion about Maldini completely. I haven't seen enough from him. Hauge, unfortunately, as much as I like him, he's not staying in this Milan just simply because he's not going to get any game time. And me personally, as a fan, I want to see him stay. But as a footballer, I'm not a footballer, but obviously for him, coming from his perspective, I want to see him play. So I will understand if he leaves, basically. And who's the other one?
I want to keep Colombo. In my opinion, Colombo is going to be a great striker. I think he should be our 3rd striker.
Oh, I got the answer. Well. Gentile, I have the answer for you. Gentile has been asking this question. Roy, which talent you thought had world-class talent but didn't fulfill it in Milan? And Laird said Colombo, and that made me think of a similar player that had a similar trajectory, Palowski. That's a player I thought was going to become a superstar, but he didn't.
Yes.
I think Colombo is a
great player. What does he play
now?
I don't know.
What does Palowski play now?
I think in Serie B or sub in some Serie A. No, I think he plays for sure. I think Colombo is our 3rd striker. You have Giroud, you have Ibra. You need to keep Colombo in my opinion.
Do you think Colombo is ready for? Do you think Colombo is ready for Serie A?
You need to make him ready. I don't care if he's not ready. You need to put him in the last 20 minutes. It's just like how it works.
To be fair, I kind of understand why Purage doesn't throw these youngsters in. Because sometimes they're just not ready, and you don't want to crush them like that.
No,
I
don't blame him.
But that speaks volumes as a coach. If you can't develop your young players, you're only doing half the job.
Yes or no. If you ask me, because I feel like part of your responsibilities as a coach is to actually protect the players sometimes, and I feel like his way of protecting the players is not by throwing them just straight into just the games because he knows that they're not going to be able to perform straight away just yet. I think what he's done so far has actually been all right. Just ease them in slowly and kind of see how they take it. And obviously, the do well, just keep rewarding them with like more minutes. To be fair, like everyone talks about Hage, which Hage I think is a very good player, but let's actually be real. Like on that left wing, it's really just Rebic and Leao. To be fair, really,
Yeah,
truly.
for sure. But yeah, I agree. They need to let these players. They need to ease them in. You can't just put them in, but you got to do it. You got to have the courage to do. That's what's lacking: the courage to do
That's what
it.
I said. We played games where it didn't matter. Put those players in. If the game does not matter, put them in. That's how you develop players. Like otherwise, you just send them on loan. You might as well just send them on loan, like with Colombo. You might as well. If you're not going to play,
you say that
it doesn't matter. Why are you keeping them?
I mean, you say that, but our Primavera just got relegated last season and just got back, and I was just very not happy with that because it just shows how very like neglected that youth sector has been like over the years. And to be fair, I kind of get why. There's kind of reasons for that, all starting from like the Berlusconi era and the Chinese era and that kind of thing. But to be fair, like if there's anything I've actually kind of grown to appreciate like recently is like Maldini is not going to like abandon that sector, and he's actually like getting the right personnel in place, and that's something that I'm hopeful about in the future. So who knows? Everything you're saying, we might see Pioli do more this season. So we need to keep our fingers crossed. Oh wait, you're the one who said we should fire Pioli and get Conte. I just remembered now. I don't agree with that, by the way.
The reason why I say Conte is because I like the 3-5-2 formation. For us, we lacked a real cam because Hakan really wasn't that good. But in a 4-3-2, you can play different combinations of it. 3-4-2-1, 3-1-4-2, 3-4-1-2. That can fluctuate either way. So if you have a system where the players can fluctuate and you can use them to the best of their ability, it would be better to do that. But we stuck with a 4-2-3-1 where we were 11 points ahead of second place. And then we got to be almost 15 points behind Inter at the end of the year. There's no flexibility.
There's reasons for that, though. There's actually reasons for that. I think one of the reasons, my biggest reason, I think, is the Maldini and Masara didn't do a good job. Yeah, they didn't do a right job in getting Mandzukic number one. Number two, like we don't just get enough goals from the right wing. Number three, injuries. Ibra was not always, but he was injured for a lot of the season. That wasn't helpful. And just mainly those three things, to be fair. And obviously losing like silly games, like against Sassuolo was so poor. I don't understand why we lost.
Spezia.
What pissed me off was Spezia. No, Spezia played well, to be fair. Spezia actually played well. Like we played right into their hands, to be fair. So I kind
They
of
play like Liverpool.
Literally.
I know which is the biggest talent we have at the moment. I think Colombo is gonna be a great striker. I've seen him. I've seen him when he holds the ball, the runs he does. He just needs to be with the first team and needs to play. And I think he can grow a lot with Ibra and Giroud. They have a lot of experience. Seeing them, the way they train, the way they prepare the game, the way they finish in the training, the way their mentality is going to help him to grow a lot. And he's going to play Coppa Italia. He's going to play when Giroud or Ibra are injured and that maybe they are not fit 100%. Just we need to be brave. And to be brave, you need a great number 10 that actually can allow a player like Colombo to finish few chances. If you have a good player, a good build-up, and you create chances, a player like Colombo, Leao, Salemaker, they're going to score goals.
Yeah. I'm expecting a lot from the youth this season, to be fair. Like, Rafael Leao, I feel like he needs to be given another season and like his actual position. He's not a lone striker. That's what a lot of Milanists don't understand. He's really not a lone striker. Like
he's not.
He just doesn't work. Exactly.
Yeah, he's a support striker.
If you actually look at his stats here, where has he actually performed well? What positions? Left wing, second striker. Simple. I wouldn't
even put it second striker. Like second striker, depending on who else. Left wing, I think he's a beast. But anywhere else,
that's where he really kills it. Yeah, that's where he really kills it. But anywhere else, I'm sorry, man. Like he's just not. That's not his position, and understandably so. Like he's gonna struggle if you don't play him in his position. But I don't know. I feel like Rebic, if he can just, I don't know, stop being good for half a season then we might just get somewhere. Like, nah, seriously, like he's always the thing with Rebic here. Like he scores wardies and he doesn't. How do I say this? Like he misses easy goals.
Slow.
Yeah, literally.
This season he was okay.
He was injured.
He was injured.
He was
Yeah, he
injured
got
as well.
injured this season.
Yeah.
He had that injury on the elbow that kind of took him out for like 2 weeks, and then he never really got in the rhythm after that.
Yeah.
Lucas says, "Can we agree that Haji is overrated?" Overrated.
We bought him
little
for
bit.
4 million. It's
A
not
little
overrated. That's
bit.
the value of the
A
player.
little bit. No. I get why he's saying overrated. He's saying
How is he
because he's probably
overrated?
seeing- No, he's probably saying he's overrated because he's probably seeing like a lot of Milanisti say stuff like, "Oh, why isn't Haji starting over like Rebic and Leao?" Which I think is insane. It's not going to work.
If Auge does a season at Sampdoria, full season that he plays every game, in a year he's
I
going to
think
be
he'll be
a guy that is the value is 30 million because he knows how to
I
dribble.
think
He
he'll
knows.
be alright.
The question for
It looks
Lucas is:
serious.
have you watched Hage outside of Milan? Because I watched Bodo go
Exactly.
before,
No,
and I could tell you he can play as a cam too. When he scored against us, he was on the left, he was in the middle.
Right.
So
he
can
played
shoot
in the
those
middle.
things.
He scored a good goal. He
So
split
how
up
do
his
you,
spirit,
how do
scored a
you
good
play
goal.
Mite and Krunic as a cam before you play Hage, who's proven that he can play there?
Actually, yeah, I like to see Creed as a cam as well. Actually,
You know what?
It's all about. Sometimes you just not function well with the group and the team and all these things. It's not because you're not good enough. There is a lot of variable, but I believe Auge is more talented than Krunic.
Listen, guys, can we even judge Hage this season?
Yeah,
We
He
can't.
played a
We
whole
can't.
season before coming to Milan. A whole season.
I don't know. I need to see more from him. That's all. That's why I'm not. I won't be sad if I'll be sad if he goes, but I'll be happy as well because I feel like I need to just see more from him. Like that's literally, and he's not gonna get that here.
Hey, Paul, let me ask you: do you think, because we've had Leao for 2 years, right? And he is honestly, he hasn't improved. Like he's young, so his fitness and his ability to drive at players should have increased. But we've seen when he performs, it's only like for 15 minutes out of a whole 90-minute game.
Yeah.
If he has not improved, should Hage not also be given a chance, despite scoring goals for us? Because we're going to be giving them to the Germans, to the German team.
You know what? Yeah. Do you know what is?
He
Everyone is
scored
talking about Hage. Everyone is talking about Hage scoring goals. Hage has not scored more goals than Rafael Leao. He just hasn't.
Yeah, he has
And
less
this
minutes.
But he's played way less minutes.
He's played way less minutes.
That's true. But I feel like, come on, who has more potential, Leao or Hage? It just comes down to that. I think Leao. Personally.
Okay.
I don't think
different potential. Different potential.
Who's got?
I think they are different
got what?
players. They are different players.
Yeah, I can see that.
Auge, Pobega, going back to these two young players that were reports saying that we're gonna sell them. If you sell them for 30 million, both of them, so you make 30 million overall, and you go and buy Renato Sanchez for 35, that is completely fine. Even if Auge becomes the next Erling Haaland, that's completely fine. That's a great transfer market operation. So if the kid is saying, I want to stay, I don't want to go in Germany and play, don't sell me, you cannot force him to leave. So you have to keep him. You remember the previous summer, Calabria said, I'm not leaving, I want to stay. KC said, I'm not leaving, I'm going to stay. And they had a great season. So that can be the season for Leao, for Auge, for Pobega to say, you know what, I want to stay. I want to prove that I'm an AC Milan player. Give me a chance.
Pobega is another Krunic. I'm sorry, that's another one too. Pobega is another Krunic. He's not going to be useful to our system, unfortunately. He's a Mezzala. Like we have to say how it is sometimes. Like
no.
He's a
But you know
Mezzala.
what?
He's not going to be useful to our system.
Paul, those are the reports that came out that they want to sell him because he is a Mezzala and he can't fit in that pivot in the double. But I think that we shouldn't sell him because again, we're going to see him make headlines for another team when we're looking for a midfielder, and we should keep him, like adapt him to that role. I mean, it doesn't. You can't.
That's true. That could be true as well.
You don't have to sell him. You can adapt him to that role, where you can adapt into it. I mean, Tonali is not really a player suitable for that too either, right? I mean, they're adapting him to that role.
He's
So
more
do
of
the
a
same with
regista.
Fabinho.
That's true.
Nathan, can you please answer Lucas because he's he's sending comments. He's not leaving a chance.
I wrote in the chat because you guys were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you guys. So I responded in the chat. But again, like it comes down like I watch all of these games. So when a person tells me who I can tell has not watched a person play, and we can't compare the leagues because lots of small players, even Messi was not born in Catalonia. He was born in Argentina. He was a little tiny kid in Argentina, right? We shouldn't get Messi because he's just not good enough. You see, that makes no sense. You have to give the player a chance to play. And when you sit and watch these leagues and watch these different players play, just like scouts, it's like a scout. You're a scout. If you watch a team play because you think a player is good, you become a scout. You might not work for Milan, but you're scouting still nonetheless. And I can tell you that this kid was good. He can play left wing, cam. He's even playing on the right. So, but we will continue to play Krunic and Castillejo over a player who actually has proven to score goals. Like that's crazy to me.
Well, how's he play on the right though?
Because just because he can float, he can play with both feet. He's gone to the right side. Like our attacking three players on the forward should all be able to switch and interchange their positions. They should not just be stuck. That's how teams become predictable. If we become predictable, you get found out, man. You get found out quickly.
I guess. But to be fair,
look at the big teams. When do you see those players stay in their position at the start of the game?
Yeah, they move.
They move, right? They move.
They move. Is a movement.
They switch
moving
positions.
beast.
Yeah.
A football squad is a moving beast.
Right.
It's not static. They all move around.
You don't need big players for that. You need a coach that can teach the players how to do this. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but you got to be able to be flexible enough to get your players to play like that.
I want to just
score with his left foot. So why can't he not switch to the right side and Salamakers go to the left? Like they should all have that ability.
I think we have I feel like I have an agenda against Hakan, but these young
You're not
kids,
alone. You're not alone.
I know. I think we made a
Inter.
mistake.
But if you see these
Going
young
to
kids,
Inter is unforgivable, man. Sorry.
They were going to the training pitch, and their leader was Hakan Çalhanoğlu, the guy with the number 10. So it doesn't set the tone to improve for this kid. I think if you put a really talented player that is well known and had a great career and is a real player, these kids are going to improve a lot. They are going to perform better than what they did. We saw it with Ibrahimovic, what he brought to the team. He came, and with his experience and his talent, everyone performed better. So if you put a great number 10 over there, everyone around him is going to perform better, train better, and play better, because he's going to show how to do the things, how to actually move around in the pitch, and how to pass the ball. Kier is another key figure. He's a defender with a lot of experience. Putting him in the defensive center back show to the other defenders how to play, how to move around, how to stay in the pitch. So these leaders, you need those leaders. Hakan wasn't good enough to be a leader and to show these kids how to improve and what is the next thing to do. So sometimes you need just one player to change the performance of the other ones. So let's wait.
I mean, but I would argue and say that we've got Dan Ibrahimovic though. If like a player is like almost 40 years old and you see him like train harder than everyone and still like run and still score goals and sacrifice for the team, then you've really got no excuse, to be fair. Like, would you really say Hakan was like a leader for like in that team?
Well, so supposedly that time, if you think a year ago, he had the number 10. He was our first choice in that position, and he was leading that team. He is not for me. I think Pioli find a solution to bring to create a team that actually can cover is inconsistency. If you put different players over there, if you put Isco that has won 3 Champions League and you play with Ronaldo,
that's a whole different story.
Leao, Diaz, and Auga are going to perform differently because he's going to tell them, listen, you have to cut and go inside the box when I have the ball because I'm going to give it to you. But when you play with Çalhanoğlu that is missing all the passes, you don't do that movement, and you don't grow as a player.
It's not missing all. Hey guys, sorry. I just want to respond to this comment really fast because I am so convinced about this. I'm so convinced about what I'm about to say. So, Lucas says, now Paul Pogba is more left-footed. Cristante is just sexually trying to control Italian Primavera. Listen, I am so convinced about what I'm about to say. The winning formula to make great teams is domestic players from the academy.
Yeah.
Whether you're from Spain, if you're in Spain, you use domestic players from the academy. If you're in England, you use domestic players from the academy. If you're in Germany, in Italy, domestic players from the academy. That is the winning formula. And then you insert big players around them.
And that's for club and country too. That all translates to the club and country. Look at Brazil, Italy, and Germany. Most of those, well, except for Brazil, because most of those players get pulled out, but they're just naturally good. But like Spain, Germany, Italy, France, a lot of these guys play in that country, and they play for the top teams. Whereas if you look at England, like those guys like Grealish, Mount, and all those guys, they're great players, but are they the best players on their team? No. The best players in England are all foreign players, and that translates to England. You can see their mentality. Look when those English players play against, for the most part, Barca or Juventus or Bayern Munich, you can see the mental block. They all shut down. When they go to England, England plays Italy. After the first 20 minutes, England completely shut down. Italy controlled everything. That mental block is always going to be there.
Nathan, I hear what you're saying, but Grealish is actually the best player of Aston Villa. Like, that one that's no denying.
Aston Villa is not Milan or Napoli or
Chelsea or
Chelsea or
City.
Yeah, it's not the same. He's good. I mean, for sure, he's good. But it's the pressure is not the same. It's the same with like Atalanta. Atalanta players, people want us to try and build like how Atalanta is building, but Atalanta does not have the pressure for success that Milan has.
That's true. That's very true. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's English players. On the other side, the English player, the young English player, have that competition because if you are Sterling, for example, 23 years old, going for Manchester City, your competition is De Bruyne, your competition is Aguero, your competition is the best of the best. So it's really hard to actually stay at that level and actually play for that team. But it's true, they are not the leaders of those teams. But going back in the previous year, Beckham, Gerrard, Lampard, they were the leader of that team, and still they didn't manage to win as the national team.
Oh, man, look at this one, guys. Kangu says Grealish would be the best player at Milan. Curb your delusion. Kangu is a super England fanatic, guys. I'm just letting you know.
I think Grealish is a good player. He's a good player.
Grealish is good player, man. He's a very good player.
Good player.
I heard. Okay.
Position?
He's like a left wing number 10 cam type player.
He's a number 10. He's a number 10. Yeah. He's a classic number 10. Reminds me a lot of those number 10s of the 90s in Italy or early 2000s.
Number 10, so of course he'd be the best in that position.
It's just 100 million, and I don't think his value is not 100 million.
Yes.
Because that's another problem of the English players. Grealish value 100 million. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but
I agree that they're very overpriced.
It's not a real 100 million. Grealish can have the same value of Locatelli or a bit better, but still they play different football. But the problem they play in Premier League is 100 million. Come
but you
on,
notice too how many English players are able to leave England.
And
even when Beckham went to Madrid, his skill is barely average. For every good English player, I can go find a fantastic Spanish player. That's why they stay in England.
I wouldn't say Beckham's skill is average.
He can pass and he can do a free kick. You
He
can
was-
do a free kick too.
Beckham was a monster. What are you talking about?
No, man. In terms of skill level, I'm talking about skills, like ball skills. Come on, man.
There
He
was a
was
lot of
great.
good midfielder at that time. There was, for example, Pirlo was insane at that time. Or I remember Barcelona, Xavi. Xavi was insane in the midfield. Beckham was insane as well, but Xavi was another level. The
Hey,
problem
guys.
yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I do have to leave in just a few minutes. You guys can keep on going on. I want to respond to Ollie. Ollie, you were 100% right. I was wrong. Good on you. Good on you about the false nine. And I do want to say one more thing here, and I really got to go, guys, but you guys please continue. So when it goes to Grealish, I saw all this hype. Everybody was talking about Grealish. I saw this player play. That player's not fucking worth $100 million, all right? He's not.
It's the hype, the media.
Yeah.
The media.
It's
It's the
media.
fact that Aston Villa is getting 100 million TV rights, so they can actually say, I'm not selling it if you don't give me 100 million.
Yeah.
But the value is not 100 million, of course. Aston Villa is in a good position. They can say, I'll give it to you just if you give me 100 million, or I'll keep it.
Guys,
Their
that's the
player
problem.
is good.
if that is England's best player, then England, you guys are in trouble because that player did not impress me as such. This maybe I don't know. I gotta see my club. I gotta see my
I
club.
wouldn't currently say he's their best player. I wouldn't really say he's their best player, to be fair. No.
Phil Foden is better. Sancho is great. I really like Mason Mount is good as well. I think the manager in England is bad, man. I think the whole problem is the manager.
And
I
I want to
agree.
say one more thing about this. You know, Southgate was criticized because he didn't use his offensive players. But I mean, the thing is, maybe he didn't use his offensive players because the offensive players don't play with they don't cover. They don't play like in international football. You can't just attack. You have to come back. You have to sacrifice. You have to know how to suffer. That is the number key. You want to become a world champion, you need to know how to suffer. Suffering has to be the most important aspect of your game. Maybe if they don't have this, then you're useless. It doesn't matter if you can dribble, if you can do that. If you don't know how to suffer, you are useless. Guys, with that, I got to say goodbye. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Paul. Please join the stream again. Guys, continue. I will see you next time. Everybody else, arrivederci. Ciao. Forza Milan.
Yeah, let's do another 20 minutes because I want to clarify. Ciao, Roy. I want to clarify this the fact of the English player. We are
See you
here
later, Roy.
in the same situation. We are in the same situation. Ventura had great players for Italy. Jorginho was in the bench. Insigne was in the bench. And he was playing other players. And he didn't make it to the World Cup. So I think the manager here is key, especially for a national team, because a national team is not like a club. You have the best players of a national league. Well, that means that you are at the top level, high level club, basically quality. So you have to perform well. You have to put the right players, make the right decision, and play the best football. He didn't do that. Simple as that.
I have a question. Do England have at least 1 to 2 good like defensive mid players?
Jude Bellingham is insane.
Defensive
in my opinion.
mid players.
Defensive mid, like to provide cover for the defense.
Is Bellingham a DM? I don't think so. I don't think.
No, Bellingham is a midfielder. He can play. He can play in the midfield. He's gonna defend.
He can play DM.
People were criticizing England for not putting in like guys like Rashford, and
Rashford is injured. But he wasn't fit. He wasn't 100% fit, to be fair. So I get why he didn't play.
Right.
He wasn't.
But they
should have
criticized
been
him for not
getting
putting them in. But you can't play those guys if they can't defend. Like look, Italy played the best football out of all the teams there. The only team that could say that they play better football is Spain. And Spain pinned us back. But we have the defensive capability to stop Spain. England does not have a single defensive person that is capable of stopping Italy's passing game.
I think.
I mean, Calvin Phillips is a good DM. If you ask me.
No, I
Good,
think
but not
England
great.
is. misunderstood the fact that they need to defend keeping the ball. That's the way to defend for when you have those type of player. Your way to defend is to keep the ball like Italy did. Italy realized that the quality in the midfield and on the wings is so good. So why not keeping the ball? Chiesa is not going to defend like Camoranesi 10 years ago, 12 years ago in the World Cup. Chiesa is going. No, Chiesa is going to attack. So you have to build a team that actually is going to attack. Insigne is good with the ball. You're not going to ask him not to keep the ball and to create and to park the bus because he's not going to perform. So Mancini understood that and he said, listen, I'm going to keep the ball because these players wants to keep the ball and that's the way they perform. And England should do the same. They have every single player that plays for England. They play in a team that holds the ball, dominates the game and attacks. So if you want the best out of them, you need to play that football. And who cares if you're going to lose? At the end, just one team is going to win. Huh?
But who helps them with that ball retention? It's those foreign players that bring that ball retention mindset.
I think it's the foreign managers. The foreign managers. The foreign managers understand the quality of the players.
And Thomas Tuchel on Chelsea, they are managers that will practice keeping the ball. But it's those foreign players that really bring that mentality in because they're all from Spain, Italy, and France. And those three countries all have good ball retention. England players, just the players themselves, don't naturally bring that aspect out.
You need to impose that. You need to impose that because maybe it's not in your culture, but you're seeing for example, Mason Mount is training with Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic. They are the first choice of Italy, Croatia, and France. One won the World Cup, the other one went to the final, and the other one won the Euros. So you have one of the best midfielder you can play. So you learn that. You see the way they play. The other side, you need a manager that actually understands what you have learned and let you do that. Phil Foden is training with De Bruyne. He's seeing it, how he's supposed to do it. When he's playing with England, Southgate is telling him to defend, to stay on the wing and do up and down on the wing. When he's playing for Man City, Guardiola is telling him to move all around the pitch and to exchange with Gundogan and with De Bruyne. That's on a high level of management.
Yeah, there's more tiki-taka. I agree.
So basically, what they need to do is they need to send whoever England's best coaches are. They just need to send them out. They need to send them out as assistant coaches for other top teams outside of England that understand how to do this properly. Because then when they come coach England or coach one of the club teams, you can see that they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, they need to tell the players, for example, they need to tell the young players, go and play outside England. Go and play in Spain. Go and play in Italy, like Tomori is doing, or Sancho did with Borussia Dortmund. Go and play in another league. Learn another culture, another football. So you can actually actuate it and bring it to the national team and put something different on the plate. They need to open more to the world, and it's complicated because they are so expensive.
That's the criticism.
It's impossible.
That's the criticism.
It's impossible to buy them.
They can adapt.
I was surprised they let how much did we pay for Fikayo Tomori? 28.5 million. Like that is actually very, 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 very cheap for an English defender coming from the Chelsea academy. Like, if we didn't take that deal, like another club in the Premier League would have probably paid like 50 easily. So
there is this actually is a great point because you guys, you Nathan are here. There is this I don't want to call it racism, but there is this mentality on the English experts of football. If they see a white player, defenders, they think he has composure and he's good with the feet and he has a tactical ability. If they see a black defenders, they think, oh, he's fast and powerful and strong and stuff like that, which things like this doesn't even consider it in Italy, for example. Of course, a black player, you can see it is fast, but they think, okay, he's gonna learn the tactic. I'm gonna put him close to a guy that knows tactics, so he's gonna cover with the physicality, and they're gonna complement each other. I remember Thiago Silva and Nesta. Thiago Silva was a fast, strong, good with feet. Nesta was tactical, a lot of knowledge in tactical side. So they were complementing each other. In England, Tomori, they see it fast from the academy. He's not playing. Lampard is not putting it. It's not good enough. Ben White for Brighton, he's good. 60 million. Why? Maybe he's good.
Yeah, that's one I don't understand as well. Like I haven't.
Or people
Is he a
think
good player?
Kante
Yes,
is
I don't
physically
doubt that,
strong.
but-
Kante is good with feet as well. He's not just physically strong. Kante is good
Right.
with feet. He knows where to put the ball. He tactically knows everything. He knows where to stay in the pitch. People think, oh, he runs a lot. That's a misunderstanding. They
Yeah.
don't understand football. They don't see these things. So
See, and that's one of the things, especially when it comes to like making our youth better. I think Italian teams need to find players who are fast, because
Yeah.
that's the one thing any coach will tell you, especially it's speed is big like in American football. The thing that you cannot teach, no matter what you do, is pure sprint speed. I can teach anyone anything else. That's the one thing Tomori has that that none of our other center backs really have is speed. But now you add speed, and now he can learn from Cahier. He can learn the Italian way of defending, plus speed. He's going to be unstoppable. Who's going to
Yeah.
get past him? Who?
yeah. And it's something, as you said, tactic, you learn it. You learn it. You learn it just playing with a guy that knows how to move. You don't even need to ask him how to do it. You're going to see him play. You saw, for example, Chiellini and Bonucci. They are really slow, man. Sterling can go. They can,
But they're
go
old
at it.
too.
And they are old as well.
When they were younger,
Yeah.
they had decent speed. They weren't
Doku
like
Doku was
Hazard
causing
now.
problems against Belgium. Actually.
Yeah. For example, Di Lorenzo, Spinazzola, you see them, you think, oh, they are fullback, Italian fullbacks. You don't think they are fast, but they're actually fast. And probably they are not faster than Trent Alexander-Arnold or Luke Shaw, but they know how to play. So they get there. They have that speed on the last 20 meters, or
And they can defend.
they know they can defend. Yeah, and they grow up with the tactics.
Yeah.
I play football in Italy since the young age, so I know how the Italian system works. When we are kids, we start with tactics already straight away. 8, 10 years old, they put out in the pitch and they tell us all how we have to move, how to create triangles between players. So you always have 2 options. Never pass a line, but just always forward or back. So they start from the young age. And another thing, whatever level you play in football in Italy, when the season finish in March, April, you play always 2 summer tournament that actually simulates a Euro or a World Cup. So basically, you are with 25 players playing every 3 days in the heat, and the manager needs to play all the 24 players. So you have 6-7 changes, and it goes to 120 minutes. So the kids in Italy are used to play a short tournament and to perform in a short period of time and to get the result done. I think that is cultural. That it's, I don't know if in England they do it. And there is a reason why there are always the same national teams that win the World Cup and the Euros, more or less.
Being from the States.
I've got just one final question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, finish, Nathan. You started first. So you
okay.
Oh, yeah, go.
Being from the States, football is it's so much different. That's why I always promote like the academies and stuff. Like here, we had the Houston Dynamo. I've been playing since I was 5. The Dynamo didn't show up until I was like almost 20. And so a lot of it's going to college. And so when I went to college, I went to England and I played some of the like the schools there, and also some of like the youth teams. They do not play anywhere near how the top flight team plays. It's really kick and run. Like it really is kick and run. Like if you watch the second division in England, there's no intricate passing like you see in the top flight. So when these guys go up, it's like, nah, man, it's not the same thing. So when I watch like the Primavera team, it's like night and day. It really is night and day.
Yeah, it's really. And another thing is that's why Italian players, the youth of Italian players, they grow later. Locatelli comes in the football scene at the age of 24. Mason Mount from the age of 19 is playing for Chelsea and is actually performing. That is because they work so much on the tactics that you are overwhelmed. It's really hard at the age of 19 to be perfect tactically. So you and physically you are not fast enough, you're not technically good enough. So you become a proper player at the age of 24, 25. Pirlo as well, he came later, 23. Gattuso become a good player at the age of 22, 23. Everyone, all the big players, except from talents like Totti, Del Piero, of course, that is a different story. Yeah. But all the other players come late. So let's see. What is the question?
I've got a question. Yeah, I've got a question. My final question before I go, because I've got work in the morning, unfortunately. But how well do you guys think we're going to do in Champions League like this season? Do you see us getting out of group stages? Do you see us getting to the quarterfinals, round of 16?
We're in pot 4, so the chances of us getting easy teams is not likely. So if we don't get a forward, a cam, and a right winger, we're going to be in trouble. We cannot just attack down the left against every team and think that we're going to be okay. Our only saving grace is that we have Kessie, Benasser, and our back four is fantastic. And of course, we have Mike, who is a good goalie for sure. But I mean, if a team doesn't have to worry about our attack, our defense is going to crack at least once. And then we open ourselves up and it just gets worse from there.
I mean, Kessie and Benasser have got like AFCON soon, so not soon, but like at some point in the season. So we need to consider that as well.
It's interesting. Let's see what is the players that are going to. I really trust the management. I really trust them. Yeah. And as we told before, our defense and midfield is quite solid. So if you put some quality forward, we can really be dangerous and be the Denmark of Europe, basically. So be a surprise and play good football and go further until the semi-final or the quarterfinal. I really believe we can go to the quarterfinal.
I don't know. I feel like if we get to the round of 16, we've done well.
Well, believe me, when you go to the round 16, you're gonna feel like, oh, let's win it. Why not?
Yeah. You know what? Let me not say that. Let me actually wait and see what players we actually get before making any kind of judgment or see what we actually get, to be fair. But that being said, it's actually been a pleasure chatting to the both of you. Forza Milan sempre. It was nice meeting you as well, Nathan and Roy. Hopefully, we can do this again at some point. But it's nice meeting you guys and have a good evening. Well,
thank you, man. Nice to meet you. Stay in touch and
definitely.
That's perfect.
Definitely.
Do you want to answer this question? Oh, thank you, man. Do you want to answer this question? What do you think about Gigio's message and all the situation of Milan fans and everything? Because you are in the United States, so I think you are involved in a different way, like Italians are in Italy or me, for example.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my friends still make fun of me about Gigio leaving, but I think that he really did care for Milan. And I feel like if he had a different agent, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Probably, yeah.
Like, I really think if he had a more humble agent, that he would have the money progression, like you guys were saying earlier, at 16 or 17, his contract should only be 1.5, maybe 2 million, not 6 million. So I think the natural progression would have been smoother. because he's worth every penny for sure. But I mean, we just don't have that type of money to give one player. So
He was. Yeah, I'm not concerned about the money. As I said, AC Milan is not a bank. We're not here to make money. We're here to win trophies. So I don't care. People are saying we should sell him for 50 million. I'm not getting any of those money. So and AC Milan is gonna do well without that money.
Yeah.
The talent is insane, but he's still a goalkeeper. It's not Ronaldo, Messi, Kaká, Ronaldinho. You're not selling a prime Ronaldinho, a prime Ronaldo.
The good thing is that we got a fantastic replacement. Like,
yes,
if let's say last year we were gonna sell Gigi for 50 million and our replacement was gonna be Mike, I would say go for it, because I've seen him play more than enough to know that he's good. But you know, losing Gigi for 50 and still getting Mike, it's like a bittersweet type of thing, because we're getting a good goalkeeper. People are going to see that he is a good goalkeeper. And you remember, Gigi was not born this good. Milan has some of the best goalkeeping training like anywhere. So if Mike's already good, he's only going to get better.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good, and I feel like the guy is cocky enough. He has personality, and he made the decision quick. He said, "I want to play for AC Milan. Give me the contract. I'll sign it. I'm 26. I'm on my prime, going for my prime, and I just won the Liga against PSG.
Right.
So I'm valuable. Let me be a leader at this AC Milan." So I think it's great. I love it. I don't mind. Gigio is gonna have a great career. I hope we play against PSG in the group. So let's see how good is this PSG, because a lot of people are saying that, for example, this comment, that is fair. He wants to compete to the highest level.
No, I don't think that was it, because we're in the Champions League.
Exactly, we are at the highest level.
And
the biggest
Italy,
stadium.
way harder than France.
Exactly.
Than France. He will have no competition. The only reason why you can say he'll have competition is because PSG's defense is actually horrible. When you watch them throughout the year, you will see that defense is horrible.
Yeah.
So he'll have his work cut out for him simply because of that fact. But I mean, come on, like, we are in the Champions League as well. If you take money away from all of these clubs,
no club goes close.
There's not a single player who's going to choose PSG or Manchester City or Chelsea unless they're a fan over AC Milan.
Yeah, no.
That's and
oh man, I would love you to go and watch a Champions League game in San Siro with 90,000 Milanisti shouting your name.
Man. I'm saving up for real.
It's something. It's an experience you never, as a football player, as an athlete, you're never gonna experience. And all these football players that play for AC Milan, they say it. They know that 90,000 Milanisti shouting your name in the Champions League against Manchester United, Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid is an experience that you're never gonna buy with your money you're getting at PSG. You're never gonna buy.
Gigio will understand once he moves to France that he's not going to have the same type of love. It's not going to be the same thing, because PSG, they don't struggle. And Milan, we all struggled growing up. Like, we are part of that struggle. So when the fans are cheering for you, that is like true passion. It's not bought passion. And he's gonna he'll notice the difference. He might not say it, but he'll notice the difference for sure.
No, he's gonna notice. He's gonna notice the fact that in Paris, no one gives a shit about football. Then most of the people in France really don't care a lot about football, and the fact that the passion there is around the Serie A, and the fact that there is it's a real competition. You winning the Serie A against Inter, Juventus, Roma, Lazio, all these teams, Atalanta. You finish the season and you are tired. You are like, oh my God, my nerves, my body, everything. I put through everything to get that result. Yeah. It's just, he's gonna realize that. I don't think it's a challenging. It's not a choice to get to the next level. I think it's a comfortable choice. Having big players around you, not being the leader, but just making sure you have 10 players in front of you that are gonna dominate the game, and you're not gonna do anything during the game. And I think it's a comfortable choice. That's why I blame this latest generation. A player like Cristiano Ronaldo, Ramos, they started to win when Real Madrid invested and bought players to them.
Right.
Bale, Di Maria, Benzema, Modric, Kroos. I mean, that is a massive investment. Sergio Ramos.
Even then, they didn't do anything until Barcelona and Bayern Munich. All the teams became weak. You remember when everyone was strong? It took Madrid almost 12 years to win. But now the teams are weaker, and they spent the most money. So of course they should win. But come on, Milan had a super team. Even Madrid feared Milan.
Yeah. No, and Maldini stayed at AC Milan in difficult moments when we had average players as well. Those periods when we weren't buying, or at least we were starting again a new circle. Maldini stayed there and kept playing football for AC Milan. Sergio Ramos, when Real Madrid was an okay or a good team, Ronaldinho was doing whatever he wanted to do against him. Was dominating the game. So he's a great defender for sure. But he's that generation that is never going to win anything by himself or building a team, him, with this personality. He needs the money of the ownership to build a team around him. That's my opinion.
And then I think in terms of signings, you saw how fast we got Mike. I think that is the speed, like, because I one of the statements, whatever, said that we're scouting like 100 people or whatever, and it's like, look at the speed that we got Mike. So we have the capability of getting players, but our big mistakes is when we wait. Like, look at Damsgaard. We wanted Damsgaard, but we wait for the Euros to finish, and now his price went from 20-25 million up to 40 to 50 million. So waiting during a tournament summer is not the way to go, because we get priced out. Instead,
there is a lot of politics, to be fair, as well inside the AC Milan, because I would say if Massara or Maldini is pushing for Damsgaard, on the other side maybe Gazidis is saying, I'm not going to give you 25 million for a player that comes from Sampdoria, and I don't know how he's going to perform.
Which is crazy, because look at Dybala. He didn't come from a big team, and look, man, we would love to have Dybala on the team. So I don't know what the thought.
There's a lot of politics. There is a lot of politics inside the club. Some people push a player, other people push. So you have to kind of convince other people that is the best choice and not this one. What I see that AC Milan right now is in a position that it needs that combination of marketing, quality player, and played already at the highest level. Ibrahimovic brought them the Champions League, a lot of awareness on the football world. We came back, everyone is talking about AC Milan. And at the end, that's what they're looking. They're looking for a player like James Rodriguez or Isco that has a lot of marketing around him, and you can actually achieve results. We're gonna get players in August. In July, we're gonna get. I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you, I think.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm on mute because my wife's on the phone with me.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, man. I thought you were talking with me. What I was saying. So we are going to wait in August. July, we're going to close the deal of Brahim Diaz and Dalot for sure. He's coming back, I think. If Man United is pushing, we're going to wait. And they're going for a midfielder. And going back to Romagnoli, someone was saying about how the Romagnoli renewal, I think we're going to exchange it for Luis Alberto. I think he's going back. He's gonna play for Lazio, and we're gonna get Luis Alberto, something like that. But yeah, what happened to our Ari and Aaron? Man, it's Aaron, not Aaron. But anyway, well, Ari is actually running another YouTube channel about IT and programming. You have a look. I don't remember the name of the channel, but I can put the link next time on the comment. And he's gonna come back, of course, to the RossonARI when the season starts, when he actually get a bit of time off from his job. And we are looking to we would love to expand our team a bit to make it a bit more diverse. If there is a girl that likes football and wants to talk about football, that would be great as well. But yeah, Ari is still around, don't worry. Let me see what's going on here. Ooh. Yeah, that is a good point. So Romagnoli lost his spot to Tomori and couldn't go to the national team and win the Euros. Oh, so he's gonna. I feel sorry for Romagnoli because he's a great player. He's still a good player. He could have played in that Euro and performed, but yeah, it's normal. Actually, guys, I don't understand this one. RossonARI better than Sempre Milan. Sempre Milan better than RossonARI. What is this? I don't understand. I know Sempre Milan, but what is your final decision? I'm confused. And why they are better? What they do better than us? Milan. No, I don't think Romagnoli is gonna get a pay cut because Lotito is thinking in this moment. Is thinking that he's gonna lose Luis Alberto for free. So he wants to make the most out of this situation. So what he's gonna do? He's gonna exchange with Romagnoli. So he's not gonna lose the 20 million value of Luis Alberto, and he's gonna give the 3.5 million to Romagnoli or 4 million to Romagnoli, or maybe he's gonna ask for some money and Romagnoli, so he can actually pay the first year of Romagnoli. But let's see. I don't think it's impossible as an operation, but these things are going to happen in the future, like late July. Still, we're gonna wait. So Lucas was asking, what is better, Sempre Milan or RossonARI? First of all, just I know the guys of Sempre Milan. They are actually cool. They're fun and they know AC Milan. I like them. So just questioning who is better, it makes me happy, and yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think there is space for both of us. You guys can watch both of the two channels and have a different point of view. But yeah, let me know what you guys prefer, and I would love on the comment to hear what do you like us to do more. What is the type of content you would love to see more, or just something you want to look at that you like more. So just ask us. Yeah, I would love to keep Romagnoli, but Romagnoli wants to be a leader. He wants to play, and he wants more money. So I don't know. And to be fair, between having Romagnoli in the squad or giving more playing time to Kalulu and Gabbia, I prefer Kalulu and Gabbia to play a bit more. I know it's not going to bring us this title, or it's not going to bring us the Serie A, but I want this youngster to play and to be ready for the future, because I can see a great future ahead of AC Milan. Oh, great channels. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's true. We are all together in this. And at the end, the bigger picture is our main goal. First of all, I love to talk about AC Milan. So I'm gonna do this anyway, even I don't make any money. But the main goal, the big picture here, is to bring together the AC Milan community, to talk about AC Milan, to exchange ideas, to have 3 great hours of talking about football, to understand a bit football better, and yeah, it's entertaining, and it's good to have more than one channel that speaks English, bad English, sorry guys, but it speaks English and actually brings the international supporters of AC Milan close to the club. That is important. People don't like Luis Alberto. Lucas is saying that he's overrated. Yeah, not a lot of people are fans of Luis Alberto. I heard that he's inconsistent like Çalhanoğlu, so I'll be worried about that. Yeah, he's showing that he's kind of a snake. Okay. Roy, I guess, is saying that we are the best channel. What a stupid question. Well, to be fair, I bet we have more knowledge than any other channel about AC Milan. That's for sure. I don't want to brag about that, but we usually get it right. When AC Milan was struggling, we knew, me and Roy, that we're gonna make it. But yeah, that's the truth. Both the channels are different, and we bring different things. So, and yeah, I think the Sempre Milan is doing a great job, and I want another AC Milan channel. I want 10 different AC Milan channel, and they have a different approach and stuff like that. We're missing a bit Ari. Ari is such a energetic guy. Oh, watch along Milan versus Prosesto. Oh my God. Are you serious? Well, what the fuck we're gonna watch there? I don't know. No. Pre-season games are just to get, minutes on your leg. It's not a test. It's not a test at all. I think this pre-season is not. We're never gonna get a proper test, because usually in other pre-seasons you go and play with bigger teams, so you see a bit what is the shape, the tactical shape, how the new players are integrating on the group. So you have a real test, but this pre-season is gonna be more like giving minutes to the legs so they can actually get ready for the season.
I think this preseason, I think this is where we really should use Colombo and Robach, because we know Gabbia and Kalulu are gonna play. I prefer Gabbia and Kalulu over Romagnoli, but since I can almost guarantee we're not bringing in another forward after Giroud, and we will wait till January. So I feel like this is where, especially with Robach, because Zlatan endorsed him, so we need to really see if he has the goods or not, because he could come good, and then we don't need to waste money on another forward, and we can focus on backup for more positions.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree. You know what is important about the preseason? I remember at that time when I was playing football, long time ago, that the preseason you learn a lot. You set the tone of how the team is going to play during the season. So it's important for the manager to put in these young players to give them the message what he wants from them. So they understand, they know what the manager wants from them. And that is something that they missed, that young players in the previous season. Auge, for example, due to the fact that he's not speaking Italian, and Pioli doesn't speak English probably, it was really hard for him to understand what Pioli actually wants from him tactically. During the preseason, there is no misunderstanding. Pioli is going to tell him, I want this from you. I want this type of movement. I want this type of game. I want you to put more intensity, to be more physical or more technical, or to play more wider. And, he's going to all these things are going to get sorted out. That's the preseason is really important. So when Pioli is going to explain them during the season what's wrong and what they have to do and how they have to behave before the game, they already know. The job is most of the job is done. Is more about motivation and details during the season, because when you play a lot of games, you play every 3 days, you don't have the time to prepare tactically.
That's
because
true.
you rest, you do some paced exercise to keep your muscles on tone. Some people are injured and are not in the squad, so they cannot work tactically. So it's all about momentum, it's all about mentality, it's all about working on details, all about keeping the attention high and the motivation high. But the tactical work is all about the preseason.
Do you
for
think
this
we
type
should
of thing.
try a new formation as well?
It's already there. The 4-3-3, we have it already. Pioli can switch it on in a second. Just we don't have enough good players to do that. But if you're playing with against a solid team like Atalanta, for example, they're actually putting a lot of pressure. A 4-3-3 is the best solution, because you have an extra player in the midfield that actually is covering and helping you to get some possession in the middle of the park. You have space for Theo to push more forward, and you have 3 attacking players that actually can be a threat every time you go on a counter attack. The 4-2-3 is too risky for a team like Atalanta, or if you play in Champions League against I don't know, a high press Liverpool or really offensive PSG. That can be really threatening if you play a 4-2-3. But you can play a 4-3-3 against these teams and still be danger in the counter attack. So
What do you think
that's
about the 3-4-3?
3-4-3. Going back to what we were saying before.
We have Kessie and Benasser, who is already in the middle, and then that will allow Hernandez, and even if you were to start with that, even Calabria to play in that on the flanks, and they both can cover the different sections outside of the attacking sections, because we do have, we still have Liao, we have Rebic, we have Hage, that can all play on the wings, even Salamakers as well, and just to give something different if we if we're losing the game or something like that, just something to be a little more offensive if that's what's needed.
We were talking about the fact that a football team is a moving beast during the game. AC Milan, when we have the ball, we are basically a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2, basically, because Theo Hernandez goes so up that he becomes a winger. Kessie, Benasser are still in the middle. Çalhanoğlu used to be a bit more forward, so he defends in the middle as well. And Selemacher goes wide. Calabria stays and becomes a third defender and support the midfield on the right side. So basically, when we attack, most of the time we go in that shape. So if we need to play in that game with that formation because we have injuries or for any other reason, we can do that easily. And I'm sure Pioli is trying those tactics in the preseason. He's telling the players that it's going to be a game where we are winning 1-0 and they are pushing us on the wings. So I have to play 3-5-2, or we suffer a lot with these type of teams that play the 3-5-2 or 3-4-3.
Right, because that's
so sometimes to survive. Yeah. No, go for it.
Oh, I was saying, like one of the reasons why I bring up going to a 3-back sometimes is just because there are a few games last year where in the 4-2-3-1, also because of the personnel, where we just had no ideas. And if you look in the middle of the field, we have no presence because we keep Kessie and Benasser back to an extent to where they can provide coverage. But when we're attacking, even if you go back and just rewatch some of our games, we have no midfield presence in the middle. You'll see 5 blue shirts and then 1 red shirt. And if you don't control the middle of the field, 7 times out of 10, you're not going to win the game. Luckily, we had Zlatan who can head the ball, so we cross and head the ball. But that was the problem with Hakan is we don't have any playmaking presence in the middle. And I can't remember who made the chart or the statistic, but it showed that in the central part and like between the 18 and the 6-yard box, we have no passes. There's no creativity. Like through half field to the 18-yard line, to the 18-yard box. There's almost no presence. Barely any 1-2 passes, barely any runs like going behind the defense. Like there's just nothing there. So I feel like at times we need to add that extra midfield presence just to create for people to make runs and to have options to pass the ball.
Yeah, I think the 3-5-2 is and adding an extra midfielder is important. Again, we didn't do that, in my opinion, or purely didn't choose to do that because we don't have enough quality players in that position, or at least is a fine balance. It's really hard for the 3 players to work together in such a tight space and do the right movement, so everyone is always free and everyone is actually defending on the right position. But the 3-5-2 for sure we're gonna play it next season a lot. Because for example, if you play against a team like Chelsea, Tuchel plays basically with no strikers because he doesn't like to play with a big striker up front. He plays with all these players that actually move around. So the two center backs, they suffer a lot if you do that. So you need 3 of them. So the 2 follow the movement, the strikers that are moving around, and the one in the middle actually has an overlook on what's going on. And if you have, for example, Chilwell and James attacking on the wing, you need the 2 wings to be a 1v1 against them. So, and the midfield is going to be packed between Jorginho, great at short passes, Kante, always on top, and Kovac is putting quality and quantity as well. So that you need 3 midfielders as well, or at least even if you're not playing 3 midfielders, you need a player like Brahim Diaz that can put quality and get a foul, break the game. And the 2 strikers, again, Ibra and Giroud cannot play together. So if you put a 2 striker, you have to put Ibra and Leao, or Giroud and Leao. And Leao needs to go on the wider and bring problems to one of the weaker side, and try to get a goal at Stamford Bridge. That is an example in a Champions League situation. San Siro is different. San Siro, they're gonna shit themselves if it's full. That's for sure. We can play our game. When we're ending the streamer, well, Lucas, do you tell me? I can end it now if you're bored. No, I think we can end it now. You want to say anything, Nathan? You want to close it up? And thank you, by the way, for joining us.
Oh yeah, man. I'll definitely be joining you guys whenever you do the open stream for sure. I will join at every time if possible. But no, I think everyone has brought up good points. Whether we disagree or not, we've all have good points for and away for it. And the only advice I would give to people is to go ahead and watch all the leagues, because it will give you a very good view on different like scenarios that Milan can probably improve on. I know it's not everyone's preference, but you will gain a much greater appreciation for what can be done.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Lucas, I love you too, my guy. There's no hard feelings, I promise.
No, it's
I think that will definitely help for sure. If just watch, like you don't have to watch like the bottom place teams, but like even like, so I can't remember who it was. I think it was this guy right here, Neguse. he was talking about Doku from Belgium. I said him after his first game in the Euros. You know, he plays on Rennes, so you know you see this guy play, and you know he play. You say, oh, this guy's good. So now let me just go watch him, just to expand. I've seen enough of him to know that he is good. I didn't always watch Rennes last year, but like when Leo played Rennes, the guy was immense. You know, he's maybe 25, 30 million. And I feel like that's the price range that Milan should be operating, is 25, 30, maybe 33, 35, depending on who it is. But, you know, this is one of those things, like you don't know what you can find until you actually watch. If all you watch is, you know, one league, you know, you can only see who is there, or maybe for like the Euros or the World Cup, then you can see. But, you know, you will never notice until you actually watch.
No, that's true. That you have to watch other leagues, and you contextualize a bit what's going on in Serie A as well. You understand what is Serie A and what is difficulty of playing in Serie A, understanding the other leagues. And we're going in an era of football when there's going to be a lot of football players, but no one is going to be at the level of Messi, Ronaldo. We're not going to get the bipolar situation of football. We're going to get a lot of talent in a lot of different teams. So I don't see a football club winning the Champions League for 3 times in a row.
No.
I don't see no club dominating any league in the next future.
Right.
So we're going back to the 90s and early 2000s, which is it was a great football.
We only need 3. We only need to fill 3 positions. Like that's if when you really just sit back and look at this team, after the first half of the season, we were 11 points up, and everyone kept saying we need a right winger and we need a forward. Cam was different because we had Hakan and we had Diaz. So that was something that we could wait till the summer. But can you imagine if we had fixed that in December, or even by one person in last summer and then by one person in January? We could be talking about maybe we not have one, but maybe 3 points or 5 points away from Inter instead of almost 13 points away when we were 11 points ahead. So, you know, if we fix these three positions, we're contenders. We have the two of the best defensive mids that you can buy. Everyone from Manchester City to PSG wants Kessie and Benasser. Everyone wants Hernandez. You know, watch everyone after this year. I guarantee after the next 6 months, everyone's gonna want Tomori. Everyone's gonna want Calabria. So our defense and defensive mids are like fantastic, and even our left side may not always be the most consistent, but between Rebic, Leao, and Hage, our left side was unstoppable. When Zlatan is healthy, he's unstoppable. So imagine if we fix these 3 positions, then we become contenders for Champions League and for the league itself.
Yeah, no, definitely. We need to be a tough team to beat, and we need to play great football. If the opposition is going to win, fair to them. But the only thing I don't want to be in a situation that I'm playing Casti as a striker.
Right.
Like we did. That's the only thing I don't want. I want to go and play against Manchester United with Giroud up front, Diaz, Selemaker, and Leao, at the least. Because I know with this type of team, I can threat them. I can get a goal. I can make their life really tough. And if they're going to win it, it's because they are better than us, not because we didn't have a striker.
I mean, we almost beat Manchester United with our B team squad. If we had a full squad, we would have won. And we should have when they disallowed Kessie for some ghost handball.
Yeah. Oh, there was a question. What is the next stream? So, because I'm checking the data we have here on YouTube, we have a lot of people from United States, United Kingdom. There is people all around the world. So there is a specific time, you guys, it works better for you, a specific day. I don't know, weekends probably because people work during the week. let's try to make it work, so at least we can get the most out of our community, because we get 30, 40 people doing the stream. That would be lovely to get at least 100, because we have 1,800 followers. So that would be great to get the right day so everyone can tune in and we can have a great conversation. And ask questions. I see people love the fact that we involve people. Even if we're doing a stream and we're not involving people, if you guys ask, oh, can I jump in? I want to say something. I want to talk 20 minutes. I don't think for me and for Roy as well, it's not a problem to put the link there. You guys can jump in. It's not like it's like a talk sport in UK. We let talk everyone. Just the problem with talk sport in UK is that the people that call, they're all drunk and they just watch the game after a few pints, so they are saying nonsense most of the time. You guys actually have great ideas, and I love the fact that all the people that comment, they have all a great point.
Right.
Even if I disagree, it's always a great point.
And real quick, I put in the chat the site that I use to watch like the games, because not everyone can have like every channel. So I put the site that I go to, and I can watch everything, like from pay-per-view, boxing, WWE. Like I can watch everything. So use it
that's
however
great.
you want.
Are you gonna stay in the military career, or are you gonna move with the football career? What are you gonna do? I mean, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 32.
Oh, so you're my age, basically. I'm 33. Yeah. So 1989.
Yeah.
You're okay. I'm
1988.
1988. Yeah, 88. So what are you gonna do? Stay in the military or become a football manager?
My time in the military is over. That is not something that is fun to be in. It was
happy you finished.
Yeah,
definitely. It's not a great.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into oil and gas right now, so yeah, just chilling right now.
Okay, that's good. Where are you based? In Texas? Yeah,
Houston.
That's cool. Always great weather, or
no. No. It's like well, this summer has been cool because there's been a lot of rain, but usually it's it hovers between like 95 to 105.
Oh, that's quite hot.
Yeah.
Not easy to play football there.
No, I play on Sunday. Like I'll play like on either indoor soccer, and then like on Sundays I'll play like in the men's league. But it's usually in the morning, like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's nice. I'm trying to find a team here in London, in North London. It's really hard. The weather is shit here. It's always raining. Always studying and working. A lot of things. I need to get rid of some stuff.
you might have to wait a bit before the fans might not let you make it out.
Oh yeah, that's man. It was a weird experience because I went to watch the game in a restaurant, whatever, in a place outside, and I was with my Italian shirt. There was USA '94, so the one Baggio was wearing in the final, and everyone was completely drunk and was abused. I mean, was swearing at me, and they were really rude. I never felt like this in my life. That was really bad. It's a national team, man.
I had a similar experience. This is the 2006 World Cup. But me and my little brother and one of my friends, we all three had Italy shirts on, going to a local Dynamo game. And the second we walked in there, they put us on the jumbo screen, and all you hear is booze, and all that stuff.
It was bad, and I feel sorry for England because they really want it, and it's kind of an obsession for them now. So it's not healthy. It's not an healthy obsession because they need to see it in a way I see it. I love AC Milan, and I care a lot about AC Milan, and I would pay $3,000 to watch AC Milan in a final. I would pay any amount of money to watch them in a Champions League final. The national team is a moment to come together, to actually enjoy international football, have a chance to play against Spain, Germany, England, have fun, lose it, go get drunk with the Spanish people, with the Germans, with the English. Just have fun. If you win, good. You go into the next stage. But it's just national football, man.
And they need to. I think that it's the people there need to humble themselves.
Yeah.
Because they have one title, and this is their second time ever being in a finals, and they act like they have the same pedigree as Italy and Spain and Germany and Brazil. And it's like, I saw like the images of them, stomping on the Italian flag, like what are y'all doing? Like,
Yeah.
man, like what are y'all praise yourselves for being this and that, and then y'all are booing the national anthem. Like, even in the States, it's Mexico and the United States has a big rivalry, but when the national anthem comes on, there's no
respect.
booing. There's just
There's
nothing
a
but
respect.
respect. And it's like, come on, man, this is why y'all lose. Like, the football gods will never allow them to win if this is how they act. That's just how it is.
Yeah, they need to be cool. I told them, a guy told me, an English guy told me, what are you going to do if Italy will lose? I told him, well, I'm going to keep going with my life. I saw Italy 4 finals. They won just one. So I'm used to see them losing. And I don't care if they lose, because at the end they did a great tournament, and they are doing it for the supporters, but even for themselves, because it's more for themselves to prove that yourself that you are a great player in the international level.
Right.
At the end, I move on. My religion, my love is AC Milan. That's what I care. That's what I'm gonna cry and feel awful a week, a month, if we don't go to Champions League.
Right.
But not the national team. National team, Italy, is gonna be there again. It's gonna try to win it again,
Right.
and again and again and again. I'm gonna
Yeah.
die, and they're gonna try again and again.
That's what they don't get, is that Italy has the pedigree that, that last few tournaments, World Cups and Euros, it wasn't Italy's moment, but who cares?
Yes.
Look at that. It wasn't their time. But then look, we won the whole tournament. This time we didn't lose a single game. 34 games unbeaten. England played every game except for one at home. The FIFA has allowed them to get away with booing, laser pens, like all sorts of just stuff. Like, imagine if this was, if the Italians or the Germans did the same thing, it would be crazy. Pandemonium, like, get them out of there. They should be banned, all sorts of crap. So, they got to understand their place. They're in the world of soccer in terms of how much pedigree they have. They're a small time country.
No, it's true. And yeah, man, it's just, I mean, people were surprised why Chiellini is laughing before the penalty kick. First of all, he's not shooting a penalty kick, first of all. Second, Chiellini is 37 years old. He's done. His career is finished. He's going to be his last time, probably gets to that level. So why not enjoying? Why not laughing? Why not relaxing? He's a millionaire. He plays for Juventus, and he's playing for the national team in Italy, and he's at Wembley playing a semi-final and a final. Why shouldn't be laughing and relaxing? It's at the end of the thing, it's such an enjoyable thing. You feel the pressure in the beginning, but at the end, when you are in the penalty kick, it's done. You don't control anymore anything. You just need to kick that ball inside the goal and pray. That's it. You don't have anything on control anymore.
Right.
Well, let's close this stream, guys. Thank you for coming. I heard some of them saying that we are better than Sempre Milan. Well, I'll take it. Do you follow Sempre Milan? It's another channel.
I do. I try and follow as much as possible. Just to hear different opinions and stuff. Yeah, I haven't joined like their stream. This is the first stream I've been on. Usually I'm like on my phone or something. But I was on my computer this time, so I was like, let me try and jump in, because I feel like many of us have good we have good information. So I'm glad I was able to join.
I like this thing to make people jump in, because it's fun, man. It's fun to talk about football. The pandemic doesn't allow us to go to a pub and talk about football, or to a bar.
Right.
So YouTube, it's perfect. That's the future. That's great. Let's do it more often. That's fun. Next time, guys, in the stream, get a beer, and we can all get like 50 people, 30 people in the stream and shout at each other. No, it's gonna be a mess, but once a time, yeah. Oh, thank you, man, for coming on the live, and Forza Milan. Follow the channel, subscribe, and do whatever you want with your life. Just don't break the balls of the other around you. Just be nice. Good night, guys, and have a great day. See you, man.